Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studios in Madison, this is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN. Sponsored by Busch Light on ESPN Wisconsin, ESPN Madison on YouTube, and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Oh, what a Friday to be alive. Right here on KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin.
We out of breath, Kyle?
I'm a little out of breath. Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
You move fast around this office. There's no doubt about that.
I try to. I really try to. But, Brad, how you doing?
I'm doing really well. I'm feeling really good Friday energy. It's about 75 degrees and sunny outside. I'm going to be cracking a carbless later. I'm feeling good. I think the quarterback market is feeling really good in the NFL. A lot to talk about with Trevor Lawrence getting that big old bag before Jordan Love.
Yes, getting that big old bag from Jordan Love is absolutely correct. Boy, this is going to be a day. Strofe, how you doing?
I'm good, Kyle. Good to see you. Happy Friday.
It is a happy Friday indeed. I'm telling you, I'm throwing all the way off. I'm telling you, this is what threw me off. I'm getting old. I really am getting old. You know how old people have the glasses on their forehead or have the pen in their ear and they can't find it and they're looking for it? That's me. That is absolutely me. Because basically what I did was I literally set my computer down and was about to sit down and I said, oh my gosh, I left my computer in the other room. So I ran back to try to get my computer and I looked in there and I said, what the heck? I can't find my computer. I said, I know I didn't sit it down. I did. I absolutely set it down. So, whoops. So I'm losing my mind. I'm one of them old people now.
Yeah, there are moments like that where you really start to feel old. I had a moment like this recently. I was getting really mad at the squirrels in my yard. That's how I know I'm getting old. The squirrels, they're eating all of our plants.
Oh no!
I know. We're trying to plant some fruits and vegetables, and these squirrels are just nonstop. I'm like, hey, get out of there, squirrels.
I mean,
that's how I know I'm getting old.
I mean, but that's your land. That's your place. I know for one thing. I mean, if I have any bugs in the house like that, I feel the same way. I kill them all. I mean, man, that sounds so terrible.
Well, no, you should. It's your
I exterminate
kingdom.
them. Yeah, it is my kingdom. They don't pay rent here. They don't pay bills. They don't pay their electric bills. I don't know why they moving around. Did that this morning, but as you were talking about, Brad, this is a big day. And it's a big day not because it's a big day for the Green Bay Packers because they made a move. It is a big day because yesterday news broke that I think the news that was heard all around the NFL, but especially heard here in Wisconsin as Trevor Lawrence, the QB for the Jacksonville Jaguar, as you all told me, it's Jaguar, new word for me.
That's right, Jaguar.
Was signed to an extension that will pay him about $55 million a year. Brad, when you heard that news, when you went on Twitter X or wherever you got your news from, when you got the breaking news, maybe on Rutledge and Hamilton, right here on ESPN Madison, that you can hear them 4 to 6 every single weekday, what was your initial reaction when Trevor Lawrence signs an extension with the Jacksonville Jaguars that will pay him $55 million a year?
I thought, here we go. The Packers are actively screwing themselves by not being able to get a deal done with Jordan Love. And if Jordan Love is not the next quarterback signed, the Packers deserve the high expensive contract. They're going to be forced to get him. He's got to beat out Tua. He's got to beat out Dak as far as the next quarterback to sign, because we are just seeing this trend go up and up and up of Jared Goff. And now it's Trevor Lawrence of getting paid big time NFL quarterback money. This is tying a record as far as average per year for Trevor Lawrence, and his guarantees were like over $200 million.
Say that again. Tying a record for Joe Burrow with average money per year for a quarterback like Trevor Lawrence.
For $55 million a year and more than $200 million in guarantees, which is also, I believe, like top 5. So the Green Bay Packers, Jordan Love got another victory in waiting a little bit longer to allow the quarterback market to continue to go up. Every time this happens, negotiations shift in Jordan Love's favor. Every time this happened, the price gets a little bit higher. The Packers are the ones who are now concerned. They should be concerned. The price tag keeps on going up, and it's not going down anytime soon. So my first thought was Jordan Love's about to get paid. And my other thought was it's been about 6 weeks since the Green Bay Packers were eligible to extend Jordan Love, right? It was like May 4th when he signed his deal last year. So May 3rd. Thank you, Strofe. So that 12 months went away. He might have taken 52.5 at that point. If the Packers would have just come to him, deal done, polished, ready to roll, he might have taken 52.5. There is no way on God's green earth that Jordan Love has taken 52.5 today. In 6 weeks, the prices went up to right around 55, maybe more, maybe less. We're going to talk about that. But he's not signing for 52.5 anymore. It keeps going up with every single day that eclipses, and he must. And for the Green Bay Packers' sake, they must sign Jordan Love before Tua and before Dak, or else the price tag's going to get even greater.
Yeah, this is my initial reaction was this is a dang shame. I literally yelled out when I got the text message. I believe you sent me the text message when I was getting ready to leave out for work. I literally said an expletive word because I was like, I know what this means for the Green Bay Packers. And it's great news for Jordan Love, but right now the price has gone up. The Green Bay Packers waited entirely too long to get this deal done. Now I know in Green Bay, Russ Ball, Goody, Mark Murphy, and Matt LaFleur all converged together, and they had a conversation about what is the next step that we ensure that we are the next person in line to sign our franchise quarterback. At this point, we have seen enough information when it comes to contracts. We've been talking about this for months. Jared Goff, when he got his contract, we saw what it was. We said, whoop. That basically sets the bar for where Jordan Love is going to be. Trevor Lawrence, we didn't know when he was going to drop because Trevor Lawrence is a draft class behind Jordan Love, behind Tua. And so with Trevor Lawrence signing at $55 million a year, that right there, though Trevor has done more for his team in the last 4 years in the sense of he's actually been there, he started, he's played, or 3 seasons, yeah, four seasons.
He's going into his fourth year.
Going into his fourth year, okay. He's done more for his team than Jordan Love has because he just had more time. But his numbers purely have not been as good as Jordan Love when you talk about single season. If I'm Jordan Love, I am salivating. I am excited at the fact that I am about to get a payday. Today is Friday. I don't know about you, Brad. You looked at your bank account. Strofe, you look at your bank account. What hit today?
A paycheck.
Just
Payday,
got paid.
baby.
Let's go.
Payday,
Friday night. That is the song that Jordan Love started to play when he woke up this morning because he's just about to get paid. And it won't be today on a Friday, but one day he will get paid. And he knows for a fact. It is guaranteed.
How do you know when he gets paid?
Oh, I mean, I assume. When do NFL players get paid?
NFL get paid. They get paid like once they sign a contract, the signing bonus hits like a month later, and then you get paid either every week throughout the NFL season or every other week throughout the
Friday?
NFL season. It's just you get paid on the Friday before the game.
There it is. You get paid before the game. Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
so it's nice. It's nice to see that.
What if you
hit.
get cut on a Saturday?
If you are on the team Tuesday at 4 p.m., you get paid for that week. Even if they if they cut you Wednesday, you never play in the game, you get paid.
What if you get cut? Okay, now we're really getting in the weeds here for a moment. What if you get cut at like 4:02 p.m. on Tuesday?
You get paid.
Really?
If you get cut at 3:55, you don't get paid.
Wow.
Yep. And
Brutal world.
sometimes it can happen in that last minute.
I was going to ask. Yeah, interesting.
Yeah,
okay,
it's wild.
so here's my thing. For KBN Nation, 800-990-3776. I definitely know that we want to hear from you. We want to get your reaction to this deal because Jordan Love is smiling. The Green Bay Packers should be rushing, should be panicking to get something done, and Trevor Lawrence is excited. But as a fan, when you look at this deal, do you think that the Green Bay Packers need to go ahead and sign Jordan Love immediately? Like, is that something that you believe they need to do? Do you now? Is there anybody that still believes that the number 50, if his deal starts with the number 50, that is too high, that is ridiculous? I definitely want to know. I know Brad wants to know where you're at, KBN Nation, when it comes to this deal. The Green Bay Packers, in my view, in my perspective, believe that they need to make sure that they get this deal done ASAP because they truly have allowed for this to go on too long because at this point, the Jaguars. Thank you, Brad.
Put some respect on that name.
They beat the Green Bay Packers to the punch. You cannot allow the Miami Dolphins, the other Florida team, one of three, to beat you to the punch next. You cannot allow for that to happen, and you for dang sure can't allow Dak to sign a $60 million deal because then now he sets the new top of the market of what quarterbacks are going to get paid.
Every team that's already signed their quarterback, whether it be yesterday like the Jacksonville Jaguars or 3 years ago, like the Buffalo Bills, they're all thankful they already signed them because the price keeps on going up and there's a bit of cost certainty that goes into it. The teams that haven't paid their quarterbacks, they're biting their fingernails. They are stressed. They are concerned about where that price is going to be and what type of bargaining power these quarterbacks have because they really do have all the bargaining power. Here's another thing that fans need to realize. I think everyone's saying with Jordan Love, well, he's under contract this year. Then you can franchise tag him. Then you can franchise tag him again. Technically, that's true. The Packers are in control until then. But think about Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah.
He is drafted. He has another year. He's only played 3. So he's got another year on his contract and a 5th-year option. And then they can also franchise tag him for 2 more years after that. The Jags are in control for 4 more seasons, and they still signed him early. What that says is, 1, for the quarterback market, is you don't even let him get close to free agency. This is the earliest possible that they can sign Trevor Lawrence, and they did that. And 2, if you are including into the equation how much control you have over your quarterback, the Jags have more control. And they still paid him this.
They sure did.
So
They sure did.
With Jordan Love, there's no time to waste. You have to get it done soon. And we're going to be 12 months from now. 4 months from now, after Tua and Dak sign, the Packers are going to be thankful they did it right away, if they indeed do it right away. Kyle, if Tua and Dak beat Jordan Love to the punch, I would take Jordan Love over Tua and Dak. Yeah, I would take him over Dak. Tua for sure. I would take him over Dak.
Take him over, yeah.
Dak is going to get close to 60. Tua is going to be right here again. Jordan Love's going to say, okay, now I need 58. I mean, it's just going to keep going up.
So here's the thing. I think you talked about it before. If the Green Bay Packers end up having to pay $58, $59, $60 million because they allowed for Dak to sign, they allowed for a Tua to sign, whose fault is it? Is that the Packers' fault or is it Jordan Love who's just waiting it out?
It's the Packers' fault. It's the Packers' fault. They know whether they want him as their franchise quarterback. There's a belief not only in the local Wisconsin market, but the national Wisconsin media. They look at Jordan Love, these former quarterbacks and media members of all the kinds say this guy's the dude. He's a top 10 quarterback at least. He's on his way to top 5. He's talented. Mike Tannenbaum saying that he was going to do a complete redraft. He would take Mahomes first. Yeah. He would take who second.
We thought he was smoking what they going to be smoking on tomorrow at that Snoop concert.
Yep.
But my goodness, when it comes to
800-990-3776. Say that again.
He's smoking that stuff that Ben Brust is smoking. So, shout out to Ben. Hope you're having fun in Door County.
Shout out to him.
But it's Jordan Love. So there is a national respect. The Packers know if Jordan Love is their franchise quarterback or not. Take out money. They know. The reality is, Goody's already told us. They've already said it's a priority to get Jordan Love signed. He's their guy. They've never been more excited for a young quarterback since a young Aaron Rodgers. So they already know the answer. So what are we waiting for?
Priority or not, the Green Bay Packers are basically costing themselves money. They are. Like, if they wanted to try to be patient, they did not allow the Jared Goff deal to make them feel rushed, but they should have. They should have realized once Jared Goff signed, right, now you have an opportunity for the Jags, for the Dolphins, for the Cowboys, and the Packers, right, to show how much they value their quarterback. And you allow, and 3 of the 4 of those teams are desperate, if you ask me. The Cowboys are desperate. The Jags are 100% desperate because they ain't had a franchise quarterback since Mark Brunell, and that was in the 90s and early 2000s. And then when you look at the other team that I listed there, now my mind's going blank there.
Yeah.
Oh, when you to Miami, the Dolphins ain't had a starting quarterback since Dan Marino. Right? And so, obviously, when you haven't had a quarterback, when you haven't had somebody leading your franchise that you trust in that's worth paying for, you're talking about 20-plus years, you're going to be desperate. And the Packers have to understand what they're up against. They're up against desperate franchises that have not won much. So when they have a little glimmer of hope at that quarterback position, even if their quarterback's throwing 24 touchdown passes in the season, even if their quarterback can't help but get concussed every season, they're still going to sign him because having somebody that gives you hope is better than having somebody that deserves to be a backup somewhere. That's what the Packers are up against, and you're up against teams that are going to overpay for their quarterback. The Packers have sat here and allowed a team to overpay for Trevor Lawrence because I don't care what anybody says. They overpay for Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence is good, but he ain't that dang good.
But you say overpay, and I agree. Like those franchises are desperate to be relevant. And they're desperate to have quarterbacks that they haven't had a history of having, unlike the Green Bay Packers. But that's just the price of admission to be relevant. Like, we all agree you have to have a good to great quarterback to be competitive.
Trevor Lawrence shouldn't be making more than Jared Goff.
But it's not even about that. Like, it's yes or no. Are you a franchise quarterback, yes or no? If yes, this is what you get paid. If no, we're moving on from you. And when you talk about desperation, Kyle, you're totally right. Those teams have been desperate for a long time, and the Green Bay Packers haven't been. Mm-hmm. But desperation can set in very quickly if you don't have a franchise quarterback. If Jordan Love didn't have the season he just did, and if he was no good, the Packers would be desperate.
That's
the
true.
minute you do not have a franchise quarterback, you are desperate to find one. That's why teams trade eons of draft picks to just hope that whoever they draft in the first round is a franchise quarterback. If you don't have a franchise quarterback, you are desperate and you are hungry to get one. Once as you do have one, you should be thankful that you do and joyfully write that check because you are relevant, you are competitive, and you can win a Super Bowl. All those teams, even the Jags. I mean, maybe I have a little bit of black and teal colored glasses,
a lot of black and teal colored glasses.
They're competitive with Trevor Lawrence, right? Without Trevor Lawrence, they're not. And you pay him what he needs to get paid in order to keep that competitive spirit.
Okay, you said they're competitive with Trevor Lawrence, and that makes me want to think a little bit about this, right? Because as we compare, because this whole offseason now is going to be focused on the quarterbacks that are being signed. So we already talked about Jared Goff. We talked about what Trevor Lawrence just got, and now there's 3 other guys left that we're going to be having this discussion about, which is Tua, which is Dak, and Jordan Love. When we take a look at who's going to be part of the story this summer, I want to know which quarterback you would take out of the group of quarterbacks that are the ones that we're talking about with extensions, specifically talking about Love versus Trevor Lawrence, because you being a Jags guy and a little biased towards Trevor, I mean, he's not a bad quarterback. I like to know. Yeah. And I want to know as well from KBN Nation, when you start a franchise, when you're drafting on Madden, right? Or you're drafting in your fantasy draft coming up this August, and I'm sure we got some exciting news. Hopefully we'll have some exciting news coming up as well. But who are you drafting first? I want to know. Who's the guy you want to lead your team this year, whether you're playing a video game, whether you're doing fantasy, or whether or not you think you're the general manager of the Green Bay Packers or the Jags? What is the guy that you're drafting first to lead your franchise? And I want to know from the former NFL punter Bradley Nortman when we come back. This is KBN on ESPN Wisconsin, and Brad Nortman will let you know how loyal he is to the Jags or how much he loves the Green Bay Packers next.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
And I'm going to quote the great Martin Luther King in this.
Wow.
I'm going to bring up MLK. You know what he said?
Oh, wow.
He said, our lives begin to end the day we become silent about things that matter. And you know what matters to me? Booing Craig Counsell and booing the Chicago Cubs.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
No one knows the importance of a great assist more than Lowe's and Leo Messi. That's why we've teamed up to give MVP's Pro Rewards members 10 times the points when Messi makes an assist during CONMEBOL Copa America USA 2024. Activate this offer starting June 20th, so when Messi assists, you score. Shop the day after an assist to earn those extra points. Not an MVP's Pro Rewards member? Join today.
Summer's just getting started, so fill your cooler with the smooth and refreshing taste of Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. It tastes like real iced tea because it's made with real brewed tea. And with a 5% kick of alcohol, Twisted Tea is perfect for the beach, the lake, or wherever you're hanging out and day drinking with your friends. Look for the bright yellow cans. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
Hey, it's Alex Stroh. Stay in the know on area high school sports and follow ESPN Madison on Twitter for Prep Mania on Deck, each week's preview of the top games and events. Prep Mania on Deck is brought to you by Zimbrick Honda, a proud supporter of high school sports and local communities.
Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side. When you see Diamond Jim, you can count on him to be on your side. Selection beyond compare with on-site repair, so you can wear your jewelry with pride. Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side.
There's a good chance if you watch sports, you're getting served information about hormone optimization. What does that even mean? Dr. Ness Rodriguez at Carbon World Health can tell you exactly what hormone optimization means. He will take your blood work and let you know if it's right for you. If you're feeling sluggish, not losing weight like you used to, you're not gaining muscle like you used to, or you just don't feel like yourself in most aspects of your life, go see Dr. Ness Rodriguez at Carbon World Health. In fact, sign up for the 6-week experience so you can see everything that Carbon World Health has to offer, including hormone optimization. Learn more at carbonworldhealth.com.
The host might be irrelevant, but the conversations aren't.
But if you're paying him, the expectations you should be one of the 5 or 10 best quarterbacks in the league all year long.
Mr. Irrelevant with Alex Strofe, presented by Door County Distillery.
Consistency is key for Jordan Love, the Packers quarterback.
Mr. Irrelevant with Alex Strofe, presented by Door County Distillery. Live on ESPN Medicine's YouTube every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and available wherever you get your podcasts.
Finding the special healthcare resources families need just got easier. Wisconsin Wayfinder Children's Resource Network helps kids with delays, disabilities, special healthcare needs, and mental health conditions. Call toll-free 877-947-2929. Ask questions. Get answers. Connect today toll-free 877-947-2929. Sponsored by the Wisconsin Department of Health Services.
Wisconsin enjoys a rich history in broadcasting, which we celebrate at the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association Hall of Fame. We honor those who have devoted their careers to serving their local communities as legendary broadcasters. The Wisconsin Broadcasters Hall of Fame, inside the Hilton Milwaukee City Center.
Busch Light is not only as cold and smooth as the mountain stream, it's also brewed for the farmers and ranchers. Ben Brust here. Join me in saying cheers to those who work in the backbone in the state of Wisconsin. Pick up your limited edition Busch Light corn cans today. For every case of these limited edition cans, Busch Light is donating to Farm Rescue. Pick up Busch Light corn cans today, wherever you get your delicious beer. Offer good through June 30th, 2024, up to $200,000. Eligible package sizes 15 packs, 18 packs, 24 packs, and 30 packs. Case equal 24-pack case equivalent. Enjoy responsibly. 2024 Anheuser-Busch. Busch Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, brought to you by Busch Light on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Madison YouTube channel, and Wisconsin On Demand.
If you want to hear the real Snoop Dogg, make sure you go to Potawatomi, paysbig.com, and go see the concert tomorrow. Snoop Dogg will be at Potto tomorrow, June 15th. Should be excited about that. Shout out to Potto. Shout out to Pays Big. But this is KBN here on ESPN Wisconsin. I'm Kyle Wallace. He's Brad Nortman. No Ben Brust today. Ben is up on a boys trip or a family trip up north somewhere.
Got the Brust family and the Scalzo family.
Up north.
Just like old Scalzo and Brust together.
Cool. Just like old Scalzo and Brust together. Boys are together again. But before...
Can I just say...
Yeah, go ahead.
The Friday DJ Strofe.
It's different.
He's a different version, man. He's a different cat. There's Monday through Thursday Strofe, which is already a dialed-in Strofe. Friday Strofe. When DJ Strofe emerges... something special.
It is something special. It's definitely something different. And I'm realizing usually Friday Strofe is coming out when Ben's not here. Ben takes a lot of days off in May and June, I'm starting to figure out. A lot of vacation days. I've been doing
vacation.
Yeah, he makes fun of me for taking quote-unquote days off when I host Mr. Irrelevant, but I have yet to take a day off since I've been in Milwaukee.
You haven't been here long enough to take a day off.
I got bad news.
Oh, no, don't win. Win!
I got a few coming up.
Okay, well, we'll talk about that off air. My goodness, slacker.
2 weeks from today, I'm off.
Oh, okay, that's what's up. I feel like I might be going.
Oh, wait, no, 28th. I ended up rescinding that day because I found out that is the day that Ben Brust does his annual shootout at Summerfest, and I want to be on site with you guys for that day.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Well,
so I actually rescinded a day off for you, Kyle. That's how loyal I am.
That is fantastic. That's what's up. I mean, I love the loyalty to you. Speaking of Summerfest, we'll be live at Summerfest starting next Thursday as well. KBN. We'll be excited. Come on down and see us. But getting back into football, what we're talking about before, Jordan Love is the topic of the conversation, not because he did anything special, but because Trevor Lawrence signed an extension with the Jags where he's going to be paid $55 million per year. Brad said it makes him tied with Joe Burrow for the highest paid quarterback in the NFL. This leads me to ask this question of you, Brad. you're a smart man. You played in the NFL. You also played with some tremendous quarterbacks in the NFL, one better than the other one, but they both were starters in the NFL. They both played in championship games, whether it's the AFC championship game or the Super Bowl with Cam Newton when you were in Carolina. So you've seen great quarterback play. You've seen average quarterback play as well. When you look at the guys that have been in the conversation about extensions and signings, whether it's Trevor Lawrence, whether it's Jordan Love, whether it's Dak Prescott, whether it's Tua, tell me this.
Taking shots at Bortles, Kyle? My guy,
Yeah, was that a shot at Blake Bortles?
He
led the boat led the Jacksonville Jaguars of 2017 to the AFC Championship.
Can we
It's a
be
really good team, Kyle.
No, let's be real, okay? Brad Nortman, his last year in the NFL punting, his overall, was it your average, your net average, or what was it?
Well, yes.
Your average was down because Blake Bortles was your quarterback. If Blake Bortles wasn't your quarterback and you didn't have to focus on putting your defense in a position to be successful because of the fact you didn't want your offense to ruin it for the defense, your numbers would have been better. Would they not have been?
That's true.
So you should have salt. You should be upset towards Blake Bortles.
That's Green Bay Packers legend Blake Bortles.
Yeah,
to you,
he was
Kyle.
a Packer.
Green Bay Packers legend.
Blake Bortles did everything he could. It's not his fault that the coaches got tight backsides when they were trying to think about how to game plan. And we were so defensive oriented.
This isn't a Blake Bortles conversation, but I want to ask you this. When Blake Bortles went out there and you guys had a lead, right? What were you thinking? Were you thinking, oh, Blake going to drive us down there to score, or let's see if we can just get some first downs to eat up more time or move the chains to put our defense in a better position?
I was thinking more run heavy. I love me some Blake Bortles.
Was it Fournette?
It was Fournette, yeah. Fournette, Chris Ivory. He had some dudes.
New York Jets legend Chris Ivory.
Sir.
Exactly.
Yes, sir.
So that's my whole point. And that's why Blake Bortles didn't get the respect from me. But I want to know who has your respect when it comes to when you think about the quarterbacks, Trevor Lawrence, Dak, Tua, or Jordan Love. When you want to start a franchise, right? Which one of these four quarterbacks are you selecting to lead your team for the next 4 to 5 years?
So we're talking about Tua, Dak, Lawrence, Goff, and Love? Are those
you could throw Goff in there. I didn't have Goff in there, but go ahead. Throw him in there because he also set exactly where we think Jordan Love is going to fall in for his contract extension.
You know, look, I think here's what's concerning, which is exactly what I thought when Trevor Lawrence signed his deal. I'm going to put Trevor Lawrence and Tua both below Jordan Love. And Tua, I'm going to throw this out there. I didn't have a whole lot of respect for Tua. I think he's solid. I think he is an incredible system and has unbelievable talent around him with Waddle and Tyreek Hill. The dude puts up some numbers now. He was 9th in MVP voting in 2022. I didn't know that. And he was come back 5th and comeback player of the year last year. So
Brad,
his numbers.
Hold on real quick. You know why you didn't know that?
Why?
Because he took 9th place. Do you know any year who took 9th place in the MVP?
Love didn't take 9th last year.
I bet he was top 10.
I don't think he was.
I'm going to look into this. I didn't even know they tracked it that far.
Yeah, they track it. So Tua puts up some numbers. I'm still going to take Love over Tua to start my franchise. I'm taking Love over Trevor Lawrence to start my franchise. Goff and Dak are a little bit in different phases. They're a bit more established. They're each going to be in their 30s next season. I'm going to take Dak over Goff. And I'm not going to lie, between Dak and Love, I'm a little 50-50. If it was one season, I could argue Dak. But if I'm starting a franchise, I would certainly take Love. So we're talking about I'm going to choose Jordan Love to start my franchise. If I have a 5 to 10 year window over Lawrence, Tua, Goff, and Dak, and if it's one season, the only quarterback I could think of would maybe be Dak, because he has put up some pretty eye-popping numbers. He's led a lot of successful teams, but yeah, he hasn't had a lot of success in the postseason. What that says to me, particularly with Lawrence and Tua, I'm not even sure it's close. With Trevor Lawrence and Tua, those are the guys in Jordan Love's cohort. Those are the young futures of the NFL, and I think Jordan Love has a gap above them that's pretty significant, which makes me think he is likely going to get more than Trevor Lawrence, and why he has to beat Tua to the punch, because Tua's likely going to get more as well. Tua's had a better career so far than Trevor Lawrence. So this is why the Packers need to activate right now. Call up Jordan Love, say, what's it going to take? You want to be 55.5? We'll give you 55.5, because you know what? He'll be the highest paid quarterback for all of 3 months before he gets leapfrogged again. So they just got to suck it up and do it, because to me, Jordan Love, He's the one I'd start my
Listen,
franchise with.
Brad, I was patient. I listened to everything you had to say, but it was this easy. Jordan Love. It's Jordan Love. You already know it's Jordan Love. I know it's Jordan Love. Now, clearly, I have a little bit of bias towards Jordan Love, but here, I'm going to let you know. My bias was only affirmed when people like Brad go out to go, mosey with the NFL.
Rub shoulders in league circles.
Yeah, rub shoulders with league circles at the NFL training camp for broadcasters that they had out in L.A. a couple months ago. When they come back and they tell you how good Jordan Love is, it gets me excited. When people like Mike Tannenbaum talk about the fact that when it comes after Pat Mahomes, he's drafting Jordan Love, that gets me excited. When people around the NFL are excited about Jordan Love. When you hear when we signed Josh Jacobs and him talking about that dude, that number 10, that Jordan Love, he was pretty good. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to come here. When you hear people say things like that, that gives you confidence in Jordan Love. No knock on Trevor Lawrence, but Trevor Lawrence, his numbers have been pedestrian. They've been average. They've been okay. He hasn't been that significant of a quarterback when it comes up to putting up big numbers
and losing records with the team.
But here, I understand they feel like they have an opportunity with him, so they locked him up. Tua's not a bad quarterback. I feel like he's a hidden gem, but again, can he win big games, right? That's the thing that you're worried about. When you look at Dak Prescott, we know Dak Prescott can't win big games. We've seen him on the other side against the Green Bay Packers multiple times, lose to the Green Bay Packers at home in Dallas. The Packers have more wins against the Dallas Cowboys in the playoffs than the Cowboys have wins at home, I believe, in Cowboy Stadium. So let that sink in, or at least the Packers for sure have won more games in Dallas when you add in the Super Bowl championship as well. The bottom line is this. Jared Goff, tremendous quarterback, great quarterback. We'll see what he can do. Like, he's gotten to a Super Bowl. He kind of redeemed himself with Detroit. But when you look at the future of the NFL, and you look at the future of the Green Bay Packers, and you look at the potential talent in Jordan Love, there is not one guy on this list that did more with less like Jordan Love did. All these guys have number one receivers on their roster. You think about the Miami Dolphins. They have two number one receivers. The Cowboys have C.D. Lamb. Trevor Lawrence, he had Calvin Ridley last year. His numbers are only okay. Jared Goff just got Amon-Ra St. Brown, who got signed to a huge contract. I mean, go back to the Jags. Christian Kirk got a big contract a couple years ago. Jordan Love is playing with a whole bunch of first-year and second-year guys. Jordan Love did more with less. This is why I am saying Jordan Love is a quarterback that I want to start my franchise with when it comes to the guys in this offseason that are going to get paid big money.
So you know that. I know that. I think most of KBN Nation and most of the national media knows that. What that tells me is the Packers are screwed.
Yes, they are. You say screwed. I want to say a different word.
Yep,
but I can't say, forget you, Chris Kyle. I don't know.
I mean, that's about as eloquently as I could imagine putting it. But I mean, screwed is a relative term because obviously they have this great quarterback. So that, like I've been saying for a while now, they should be jumping for joy as they're writing these big checks. But from a financial standpoint, they have made a mistake in waiting this long.
Yes,
they should have got this done on May 5th. They should have said, here's $53 million, May 5th, and here you go, and get him signed up. Jordan, if we know this, then Jordan Love knows this. He's going to be saying the same thing to the Green Bay Packers, and they're going to have no rebuttal for it. So the Packers need to work right now in order to get this done. There is literally no time to waste. Forget getting this done by training camp. We need to get this done before Dak and before Tua in order for the Packers to salvage any kind of financial prudence as they make this deal.
800-990-3776. This is a big day. This is a big day for the Green Bay Packers because I think Packers fans now understand what you're going to be paying. For all the naysayers that think he hasn't done enough, for all the naysayers that say $50 million is too much, listen, you can feel whatever way you want to feel, but at the end of the day, Brad has told you, the Packers are going to have to pony up, they're going to have to pay, and they're going to only pay more if they continue to wait. But what we want to know, 800-990-3776. When you look at the four quarterbacks out there, or we can have it on Twitter X on KBN at KBN on at KBN ESPN. Is that what it is, Strofe? Thank you. At KBN ESPN on Twitter X. We have a poll up there.
Hold on a minute. We're not just going right past that.
I mean,
this show has been around for 10 months. You've had the same Twitter handle.
I sit back and I relax, okay? I barely even know my
Kyle,
dang Twitter
name.
name.
Show and ESPN. It's KBN ESPN.
I want you to know when people ask me what my Twitter name is, I have to pause for a second And remember what it is. It's ESPN Kyle W, correct?
Yes.
I have to pause. Because on so many other things, I use a different Instagram handle for my personal Instagram page.
Oh, what is it?
KWall1224. I have no issue saying that. I mean, what it is. I literally go by KWall. That's what people used to call me. Is KWall.
Really?
KWall.
Yeah, that's what.
KWall Brust and Nortman has a ring to it.
Can I call you KWall?
I mean, if you want to, a lot of people.
Or is that friends only?
No, I mean,
No. We are friends to him. I don't think Ben is. So I think you and I should just start referring to him as KWall. And then when Ben returns on Monday, he's going to be confused as hell on what KWall is.
It would be a little odd for y'all to say that, but it is what it is. So that's why,
why odd?
It's a high school thing. Like, people who I met in high school call me that. So, like, that's what I'm used to. So when I hear it in other places, it's like, who are you? Oh, okay. But yeah, it's a little different. But you do what you want to do. But that's why I struggle with trying to remember that thing. But definitely, at KBN ESPN, we have a Twitter poll up right now. Which quarterback are you taking to start a franchise with? Who is the one that you want to go with? Would it be Jordan Love, Trevor Lawrence, Tua, or Dak? Which one of those quarterbacks are you signing for to start your franchise? We have a lot of people on the talking text line who are calling out what the Packers' next move should be. We'll definitely get there. We want to hear from you as well. Definitely hit us up at 800-990-3776 on the ESPN Wisconsin talking text line. Do not forget to stream us live on YouTube. Go to ESPN Milwaukee or ESPN Madison on YouTube. Brad is in the chat right now going at people, talking to people. We want to hear from you. But coming up next, we'll continue to have a conversation talking about Jordan Love. And maybe we'll have a little bit from Alex Strofe becoming relevant. We'll talk about that and so much more. Keep it locked where you are listening to ESPN Wisconsin. You're listening to KBN.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
Pull my baby out the goal. Y'all, get him out. Ain't no way in the world my baby gonna get hit that many times with a puck.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Ben Brust here to tell you about Neutral. Vodka, seltzer, real juice. If you're wondering what makes Neutral so tasty, it's pretty simple. Using real vodka with real juice, because when good ingredients go in, great taste comes out. So cheers to that. Neutral, keep it tasty and enjoy the best time of the year, May through the summer. Neutral will be there for you. With a variety of different flavors, there's something for everyone. Neutral, vodka, seltzer, real juice.
See what everyone is talking about at the Club at Lac La Belle. The birthplace of golf in Wisconsin has a rich history you will feel upon arrival. The historic course is open to the public 7 days a week. Experience a round at the Club at Lac La Belle. Schedule your tee time today at clubatlaclabelle.com. Looking for more golf? Take advantage of same-day replay rates and enjoy fine dining and event space after your round. An historic past meets a vibrant future. Go to clubatlaclabelle.com to start your journey.
Listen to Madison Money Guy every Saturday morning at 7 a.m. on 100.5 ESPN and ESPNWisconsin.com.
I like to refer to inflation as the silent killer. It's an invisible risk. It's just the idea that things get more expensive over time. You're going to need milk and eggs when you're in your early 60s and when you're in your early 80s. You're going to get a loaf of bread, and it's going to be more expensive 20 years from now.
Christian Finfrock is the Madison Money Guy. Call him today at 208-1800.
To those who've ever dreamt of their perfect event, those dreams are worthy and they are possible. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With hard work, passion, and great music, we will make your event dreams a reality. Every event is a labor of love, with one-on-one planning, customization, and flawless execution. Bringing your event to life is what we do. For a fun, memorable event, visit celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
Hi, this is Lee, inviting you to Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton. We got a great happy hour every day of the week from 4 o'clock to 7, and our patio during the summer is open too. If you're getting married, special occasion, a birthday, anniversary, or even a business meeting, we've got all the accommodations right here at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. You work hard and sometimes you're not sure what you want to do, where you want to spend your money. I want to encourage you to come into Ruth's Chris Steakhouse and say hello. It'd be a pleasure to meet you.
Transform your home with Ridgetop Exteriors. With over 22 years of service excellence, we specialize in roofing, siding, windows, doors, and gutters. Visit us today at ridgetopexteriors.com. That's ridgetopexteriors.com. Find your trusted, local, affordable partner here at Ridgetop Exteriors.
Starion Bank redefines local banking in Madison. As a community bank with a commitment to Dane County, experience a banking relationship where your goals are our priority. Enjoy competitive deposit and loan rates and a partnership that thrives on local engagement and support. Starion Bank is more than a full-service financial institution. It's a community pillar dedicated to your prosperity. Visit one of our convenient branches in Middleton, Monona, or Sun Prairie. Starion Bank, offering banking, lending, mortgage, and cash management.
The second annual ESPN Madison Open presented by Coors Light is right around the corner, and you can swing into the fun. Join us on Monday, August 5th at Bishop's Bay Country Club and help raise money for the Miracle League of Dane County. Join this exclusive event and you'll receive 18 holes of golf, food and drinks, ESPN Madison swag, and much more. Sign up today at espnmadisonOpen.com. That's espnmadisonOpen.com. Sign up today, donate, and make dreams come true with the Miracle League of Dane County, because every child deserves a chance to play ball.
At the U.S. Center for Safe Sport, we believe athletes are defined by their journey, not the medals they win. And creating a safer stage for all levels of competition is our priority. Join the movement to end abuse at uscenterforsafesport.org.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, brought to you by Busch Light on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Madison YouTube channel, and Wisconsin On Demand. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN app, and Wisconsin On Demand.
Hey girl, what's up, girl? What's up, what's up, what's up?
Oh, you know, Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin just continues to deliver. It's beautiful outside. It'd be a perfect day to go ahead and roll open that window, let the fresh breeze come in. But it's not always going to be. It was hot yesterday. You want to keep that cold, air-conditioned air inside. And when it rains, like it's inevitably going to do, you want to keep that rain out. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin will protect your home and make it look beautiful as it does. Ben and I visited the showroom. The amount of innovative products they have, it's mind-blowing. I mean, the shades between the glass, you've got all these different ways to open windows. I mean, there's completely customizable, size, color, whatever it is. My mind is still blown from what I saw. You need to go check out the showroom, and you need to finally take action to replace those old windows and doors with Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. There's no better time than right now. I mean, the month of June is flying by, and this deal will end on June 30th, and this deal is 0% interest for 48 months. 1, 2, 3, 4 years of 0% interest. I'm a finance guy. I don't know how they offer that. I really don't, but they're letting you be the beneficiary of that good deal. You can get your premium Pella product today, and you can pay with 0% interest for 48 months. Visit PellaWI.com today for your opportunity to increase the value of your home, decrease energy costs with Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, baby.
That is Brad Nortman. I'm Kyle Wallace. No Ben Brust today, and this is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin. And we are having just a upbeat, vibrant, and strong conversation about Trevor Lawrence signing a huge extension that's going to pay him $55 million a year. And we are getting input from KBN Nation, that is you, on your reaction to Trevor Lawrence signing this deal and what it means for the Green Bay Packers. In one word, Brad said the Packers are
screwed.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people would agree with the fact that is where the Packers are. But 800-990-3776, you all are definitely hitting us up with your reactions to the Packers' failure to re-sign Jordan Love before Trevor Lawrence got the extension. Chef Ed said, listen, please don't let the stupidity of others affect your decision. I think that's interesting. And so if you think this is a stupid decision to extend Trevor Lawrence, that's fine. But it is what it is, right, Brad?
It is what it is. And that's the thing I think I want people to realize is that the Packers are at the whim of the quarterback market. We had some commentary on our YouTube stream saying, look, you guys need to relax. That Russ Ball for the Green Bay Packers, the guy that negotiates these contracts, he's one of the best in the business.
Yeah.
That may be true, but the Packers are completely at the whim of the quarterback market. There is no more important position in all of sports. There is no more valuable position in all of sports. And this value just keeps on going up. The Packers don't have leverage. That's a fact. They do not have a lot of leverage because a team is desperate for a quarterback like Jordan Love. And that's why also on YouTube, AFAM Rolfs, I love this comment. The window for a team family deal is over.
Yeah, it is.
It's over.
Yeah.
And so the Packers just need to accept that it's over. You're not going to get a deal. The best thing you can do now is sign a deal that's going to be top of the market, and it's going to look like a deal in a few years.
Hindsight is 20/20. I know that's cliche, right? Boy, had the Packers just waited until the regular season last year, picked up his 5th-year option, and then just waited to the regular season and then extended him, they would have saved themselves millions.
So
millions.
If you did the 5th-year option, you are allowed to then sign, right? Because it's part of the same contract and it's not an extension. So if the Packers didn't do this little bridge deal and instead did the 5th-year option, even in December, they could have started negotiations and could have gotten the deal done by February, maybe gotten them for
Aaron Rodgers,
$49.50.
Aaron Rodgers signed during the regular season when I believe that was the 2008 season. Correct me if I'm wrong, Strofe, 2008 or 2009 season, one of the two. And he signed the extension during the season, right? And we talked about after 8 weeks, they signed the extension. And then also remember when Mark Murphy said, we should know something after 8 weeks. And I'm sure he was using his frame of reference of when the guy before Jordan Love, Aaron Rodgers, signed his. We should know by week 8.
And let's be clear, this is a good problem to have, right? I mean, this is a good problem to have. It's a problem that almost all NFL franchises would love to have. But the longer you wait, the more painful it's going to get. I think that is the clear message when it comes to Brian Gutekunst, Russ Ball, and the Green Bay Packers is Jordan Love, he has every reason to just continue to wait it out, continue to keep the price high because he deserves it and he's going to get it. The Green Bay Packers need to end this negotiation and end it now before it gets even worse.
You missed all your chance to get a deal like Aaron Rodgers did. He signed in 08 for $22 million a year. Now, it's not that. But, again, Jordan Love would have signed in the regular season. He definitely probably would have been closer to Daniel Jones type money between $40 and $45 million than that. Because we thought Tausch was crazy when he said $50 million. We thought he was crazy. When we played the Yodel game, he said $50 million. We said, what? And even Rob Domofsky said $30-something million, right? And we're talking about he could potentially get double than what Rob initially thought. But also on the talking text line, 809. Yeah, I was wrong. I yodeled and stopped at 45.
Do you remember when we first played the Yodel game, I think I stopped at 43.5. That looks like pocket change right now compared to what these quarterbacks are getting and what Jordan Love's likely going to get.
Yeah, he's going to get paid.
It's funny how Kyle referenced the Aaron Rodgers extension from back in 2008. He averaged $22 million a year, and that was a big extension at the time.
But you have to look at it in relation to the cap. I think that was like 18% of the cap.
The cap is crazy different now.
Yeah.
It's doubled in like 5 years.
And I think 18% of the cap now is like roughly the mid-50s. So it's continued to go up. And quarterback contracts may have outpaced and gone to a bigger chunk of the cap.
Yeah.
It just goes to show that NFL is making more and more money, man.
They sure are. But on the talking text, I thought this was interesting from Dave from Aaron. He said, also, let's put it this way. The Packers just lost the amount of money per year that they could have paid to retain Aaron Jones. That's an interesting way to look at it.
Yeah, that is an interesting way to look at it. And Strofe just said in my ear, $59 million is 18% of the cap.
Yep.
So there you
look
go.
at that. So I mean, maybe 59 ain't too far out
for
the realm of possibility.
I did that math, so hopefully it's right.
I trust you, Strofe.
You shouldn't. You shouldn't.
Oh, okay.
Not when it comes to math.
I trust Strofe. And also, Dave and Aaron also said this is an epic failure from the Green Bay Packers, which it could be.
And that's what I want to know. Does anybody out there think the Packers are doing this right? Like that, you know what? Waiting is good. I like the fact that the Packers are waiting. And to let the chips fall as they may, whatever that looks like. Does anybody out there think that that's the case? I don't think anybody in this room thinks that, right? That the Packers should have signed him yesterday, and the fact that he's not signed, they should sign him today. We're all in agreement of that, right?
Yeah, I agree.
I would just love if you think that's the case, if you think the Packers are doing everything right and they're right to not sign him and they're right to be patient, I would love to hear from you.
Yeah, 800-990-3776. If you believe the Packers are doing everything right, definitely want to hear from you because I don't see how anybody thinks they're doing everything right because the only opposite I would say is that would be people who would be like, we don't think the Packers should pay him this much money, so they should be holding out to negotiate a lower amount of money. Daniel the Sloth said, I do think it's pretty stupid that we're going to pay a quarterback that has won 10 games and not ever been in a Super Bowl and is going to make more money than a guy who's guaranteed Hall of Famer and a 3-time Super Bowl champion. It's pretty stupid. And that's the backside, right? That's the other side that people put out there.
The reality is, though, that's the deal that Patrick Mahomes signed. He signed a 10-year, $500 million deal, which Look, that's pretty team friendly for Kansas City Chiefs, but that's not what the quarterback market is. You pay someone for what their skill level is and what they are going to do over the course of that contract. You don't pay for someone for what they've already done. You pay for someone and you structure the contract for what they will do in the future. And everything is saying that Jordan Love will do all the things that will set a team up for success, make them a Super Bowl contender, and maybe even get that Super Bowl.
I mean, we will see, definitely. But I do have a question for you, Brad. Do you think Jordan Love would ever think about hitting the jaywalker with his car?
If he's anything like me, he absolutely would, and he would be tempted to engage in a vicious crime.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. I want to hear more about this vicious crime that you may want to do. You got to listen and keep it locked because Brad's going to talk about vicious crimes he's been conspiring on here next on KBN on ESPN Wisconsin.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
800-990-3776. Say that again.
What a radio pro.
He's so...
Say that again. Nobody said a word. Ben Brust, say that.
Can we make a rule for Kyle Brust and Nortman?
You're a good producer.
No Evan Cohen from Unsportsmanlike and no Greg Scalzo, my former co-host.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute.
Varsity on Wisconsin On Demand is home to all the latest and best Badgers content on ESPN Wisconsin. Subscribe on Apple, Spotify, Wisconsin On Demand, and wherever you get your podcasts.
With your Badger Minute, I'm Hunter Vaughn. Luke Fickell continues to add to the Badgers' 2025 recruiting class as Mason Posa of New Mexico has committed to the Badgers. Posa is a 4-star linebacker according to 247 Sports and is the #1 player in the state of New Mexico and 18th linebacker in the country. The Badgers beat out Oregon, Texas A&M, Alabama, and Arizona. Posa is a part of a 2025 class for the Badgers that ranks 14th nationally with 4 4-star commits.
Order today and get 0% interest for up to 48 months at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Set your free in-home consultation at PellaWI.com.
Ben Brust here to tell you about Zimbrick European. They're Mercedes, Audi, Porsche, and certified pre-owns. But the best part is I've been working with them since 2018, and the evolution has been a 2-door, a 4-door, and now it's time for an SUV. My life has changed, and it's changed with Zimbrick European. Being a dad has made it really important to have the comfort and the safety that the SUV will bring me. Again, Zimbrick European off the Beltline at Rimrock Road. Of course, I found the sexiest car on the lot. Check them out.
Since J&K Security Solutions opened in 1987, our attention to detail and customer service have been our strongest assets. I'm President Jeffrey Beckman. We'll always do our best to find the most efficient and cost-effective solution to every job we tackle. Whether it's security for your home or business, installing video surveillance, or being able to control your garage doors from your phone, we can help you feel empowered with simple and user-friendly technology. Let's work together to secure your home or business. jksecurity.com.
Progressive presents 10 things on a contractor's to-do list that are harder than getting a commercial auto insurance quote. Bidding a new client, giving an accurate estimate, finding affordable materials, getting a client to pay you for work you already did, getting a client to pay you, period, securing permits and workers and tools, getting those workers and tools to work together, and finding the perfect pair of overalls. Pockets, baby. But the easiest thing on a small business owner's to-do list? Seeing if you can save on commercial auto insurance. Get a quote in as little as 7 minutes at progressivecommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Coverage subject to policy terms and conditions.
Seasons change. Why not your tech? Upgrade now during the Dell Technologies Summer Sale event and save on select PCs like the XPS 16 powered by Intel Core processors. You'll be able to bring your most intensive projects to life with built-in AI, minimalistic design, immersive visuals, and cinematic audio. When you shop online at Dell.com/deals, you'll have access to exceptional tech and electronics plus free shipping on everything. Amazing prices await you for a limited time only at Dell.com/deals. That's Dell.com/deals.
Hello, I'm John Hayes, the owner of Goodman's Jewelers. It's been my pleasure to serve this community from this incredible store for over 4 decades. We stand upon high standards and classic traditions, pillars like honesty and integrity. Stop into Goodman's Jewelers, the longest-standing full-service jewelry store in the heart of Madison at 220 State Street. Goodman's Jewelers, the diamond store of Madison since 1933.
The best is at Goodman's.
Forward Madison FC's professional soccer season is underway, and they want you to pack out Breeze Stevens Field. Need a night out with the whole family? Try the Forward Madison Family Special presented by MG&E. Score a ticket to the match, a meal, and an FMFC scarf, all for just $25 per person. Visit forwardmadisonfc.com to purchase your tickets today. That's forwardmadisonfc.com. Forward Madison, fun for all.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
You're listening to 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN app, and Wisconsin On Demand.
This is KBN on ESPN Wisconsin. I'm Kyle Wallace. He's Brad Nortman, and that is DJ Alex Schroff. Holding it down on the ones and twos for us. When you make it as a DJ, I'm going to follow behind you. I'm going to be a hype man.
I'm totally DJing Brust sweating. You could be my hype man with the mic that goes DJ Schroff.
No, I want to go to Vegas with you so I can be part. You be like Paulie D, and I'll be like everybody else.
I saw a dude that looked like a crumbly DJ Paulie D out on the sidewalk the other day.
Oh, wow. That's pretty
crumbly.
He was kind of jacked, but he looked crumbly. Like I've
never heard that
I don't
described.
have a better word.
He didn't have lip filler and injection in his cheeks like Paulie did. Huh?
He had lip filler, I think.
Oh,
and he had like a lot of hair, but he was an older dude.
Oh, okay.
And I was just walking. I was walking with the lady, and we were like, "That looks like a really old Paulie D."
We'll see what Paulie D looks like in a couple years, but I really want to get to
Crumbly.
I want to get to this though. Brad, I don't take you as an aggressive guy. You said you haven't been in too many fights. So whenever you say that you're willing to consider hitting someone with a vehicle and premeditated hitting someone with a vehicle because they're simply walking across the street, I need to know more.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of emotional suppression that one must do to not allow that to have those thoughts come into fruition. But yeah, no, there's a grievance I need to put out there. And I'd love KBN Nation's thoughts on this. Look, when you're driving down a street and someone's clearly jaywalking, I'm talking about right smack dab in the middle between a city block, which is the situation that I was in. I'm driving my car. I got nothing but green lights in front of me.
Oh, I love that.
I'm a couple blocks away from our building. Nothing but green lights, so I'm rolling, right? I know how the lights change. I know nothing's going to, just pop into red and whatever. So I'm rolling. And not even at the crosswalk, but right in the middle of the city block, somebody just starts jaywalking. And my car it's a fair distance away, but it's not that far. And this individual just keeps leisurely walking through the street. And I mean leisurely. And so much so that I had to stop my car. Like I had to hold on to the brakes and get to the point where I'm like basically in idle. And there was no sense of urgency from this jaywalker, right? So it led me to believe, I want to pose a question out there. And look, I don't care if you're jaywalking. I jaywalk, right? No problems. But when I jaywalk, when I proudly jaywalk,
allegedly, I want you to get a ticket.
I do the, I do like the pro jog. That's kind of like where you're doing like one of these. You show like you're giving, maybe you give a wave.
Yeah,
you, give a
you
little
pick
bit of
up
a wave.
the speed, right?
Yeah, you pick up the speed.
You're not running, but you're like, pep to your step.
A little fake hustle.
A little fake hustle. Get on the hop, right? That's what all the coaches say.
On the hop.
Hey, on the hop.
On the
Come on,
hop.
now let's go on the hop.
On the hop.
On the hop. And this gentleman, no hop in him. None. No sense of urgency. Completely leisurely. And so I want to know, like, who is it more on when somebody is jaywalking? Is it more on the car to slow down and let the passenger go? Or is it more on the jaywalker to make sure that they got a little bit of pace behind them and move through the street? Because I'm of the firm belief that it is on the jaywalker that they are the ones that's doing something illegal. But let's be honest, it's jaywalking. But even in societal norms, you gotta hustle. You gotta hustle if you're walking through the street. These are cars. On the hop now. On the hop. And it's on the jaywalker to do it. You know what? My anger did not go through the car into the person. I stopped and no wave, no nothing from the guy. But I thought for a minute, you know what? This is completely on the jaywalker. If you're jaywalking, you better hustle. The cars are going to stop, but it's less on the cars needing to stop. It's more on the jaywalker to make sure you hustle through the street. And I didn't experience that one bit.
So listening to you talk actually made my blood pressure boil and go high.
Oh, good.
And I legitimately have to stop myself when I am driving in a car and literally driving on the road to me. I was telling y'all this yesterday. Somebody literally slowed down. The light went yellow and they slowed down and stopped. And I said, what are you doing? So you can only imagine. If I'm sitting here making a left turn or I'm supposed to go straight because I have green and somebody's walking across the street and not on the hop walking across the street, slowly walking across the street where I have to slow down. Oh, I would be furious. I literally happened last week. I was turning. Matter of fact, I might have been the passenger in the car, and this is what I do because I'm crazy. I'm a passenger in the car, and if somebody's making a left turn, if you're in the way, you know what I'm doing? I'm reaching over. Beep, beep. What are you doing? What are you doing? Get out the way. That is one of my biggest annoyances is when people think they run the street and just like, oh, yeah, well, no. If you are going to walk across the street when there's a green light, you're going to do something that's demented and stupid like that, you need to at least put a pep in your step and walk your behind across the street quickly, swiftly. Don't sit here and mess up traffic because you want to do your own thing. I say it. Listen, if you get hit doing that, that's on you, buddy. That is on you. I have no sympathy for anybody who walks across the street when they do not have the white man telling them to walk, when it's that orange hand that says stop. You need to stop. If you decide to walk when it says stop, that's on you. If you get hit by a car, that's on you. Green means go for me. Orange means stop for you.
If that person that ends up walking when that red hand says stop, if they at least go with some pace, or if they do like one of the waves where it's like, oh, shoot, my bad, do you at least does your blood pressure go down?
Hey, acknowledgement, right? If you just acknowledge, just like if somebody.
Hey, my bad.
Exactly.
On the hop.
Exactly. If you cut somebody off or you're trying to get over and you speed up and the person lets you in, you're like, and they let you in, what do? You wave back and say thank you. Yep. Or if you almost swerve and hit somebody and you tap your chest and say, my bad, you acknowledge it, right? If the person doesn't acknowledge the stupidity that they are participating in, then you should hit on that horn and beep, 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 and you should mug them. And matter of fact, if I wasn't working on myself and calm myself down, because listen, I've been told, Kyle, you got to calm down. You got to chill.
No.
You got to chill.
Really? No, come on, Kyle, stop.
Oh, wow. Maybe I really need to do some more self-reflecting, huh?
You just said, and I quote, I'm crazy. As a passenger, I lean over and honk the horn. Yeah. Maybe you need to calm the hell down, pal.
It's annoying. They need to be smarter. But yes, that's what I do. I'm working on myself.
Inquiring minds wonder, and I'm not referring to Kyle's craziness. On the text line, 800-990-3776. Michael in Middleton says, Bradley, how old was the jaywalker?
They were probably.
It's a good question.
That's a great question. They were probably 50s.
All right, so
they know
50s.
too much.
Do you think they're too old to have a little hop of this stuff?
No, heck no.
Listen, if this was an elderly gentleman or woman, I would have no problem. I would get out of the car.
They're still jaywalking.
No. That makes me more mad because the elderly person should know if they have the walk, when that little walk symbol starts to pulsate. Because you're running out of time, that means you need to get your back on the corner, and this ain't their time to go.
Yeah.
Okay? So, no, old people can get it, too.
But they can't. But
they hop they behind with that walker, but hop that walker across the street.
The old people can't work on a hop. This guy was able-bodied, and it was a choice. It was a choice to walk at that pace with no hand, no nothing. If you're a jaywalker, look, I get it. I'm cool with it. Be on the hop and give me a wave. That's all I need.
There's nothing worse than able-bodied individuals that are slackers. And that person walking across the street, able-bodied, that's a trigger word for me. When you say able-bodied, that's a trigger word for me because that means you are able to do everything everybody else can. You just choose not to. 800-990-3776. If you agree with Brad, basically, jaywalkers, if you are going to walk across the street, you need to have a pep in your step. Do not slow down traffic on your own stupidity. As Strofe said, you're a moron. We'll have more coming up next. Keep it locked. This is KBN on ESPN Wisconsin.
Grab a Coke and grab some cash with the Coca-Cola Summer Cash Grab, only from Quick Trip. Play daily in your Quick Rewards app for a chance to win up to $250,000. Earn extra chances to enter by purchasing any qualified Coke, Monster Energy, Powerade, Body Armor, Smart Water, or Core Power Elite products with Quick Rewards. Summer just got a whole lot cooler with Quick Trip and Coca-Cola. No purchase necessary. See QuickTrip.com/sweepstakes for details.
Hi, this is Dave Kane. You're listening to Madison's Home of the Bucks, a good Karma brand radio station, 100.5 ESPN WTLX, Monona, Madison.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good afternoon, Madison. I'm Ryan Wollersheim, and this is your Sports Center update brought to you by Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin's Road America. The WeatherTech June Sprint Series is coming June 21st through the 23rd. Get your tickets today and check out the full season schedule over at roadamerica.com. Badgers football staying hot on the 2025 recruiting trail as they picked up 4-star inside linebacker Mason Posa out of Albuquerque yesterday. Posa is the #1 overall player from the state of New Mexico per 24/7 Sports and the 18th ranked inside linebacker in the country. He picked Wisconsin over the other two schools in his final three, including Texas A&M and Oregon. Badgers might look up to pick up their 19th player in the 2025 recruiting class today as former Colts wide receiver and 4-time Pro Bowler wide receiver T.Y. Hilton. His son could be committing to the Badgers today. He'll be announcing that commitment around 5 p.m. Eastern Time. Stay locked right here on 100.5 ESPN for all your updates on Badgers football this offseason. Meanwhile, the Milwaukee Brewers, they're coming off winning 2 out of 3 against the Toronto Blue Jays this week. They start a new 3-game home series against the Reds tonight. Opening day pitcher Freddie Peralta slated to start for the Brewers. 7:10 p.m. first pitch.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studios in Madison, this is Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN. Sponsored by Busch Light on ESPN Wisconsin, ESPN Madison on YouTube, and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
In the car, and this is what I do because I'm crazy. I'm a passenger in the car, and if somebody's making a left turn, they like, if you're in the way, you know what I'm doing? I'm reaching over. Beep, beep, what are you doing? What are you doing? Get out the way. As I hear that, there may be some validity to this craziness that I may have. That does sound a little crazy to reach across somebody else's lap and honk the horn.
Oh, just a little?
Yeah. It's a little excessive.
Yeah.
I see why people would get annoyed with me by that. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's me. It's me. This is KBN on
self-reflection.
Yeah, the self-reflection is important. Very, very important.
Maybe it's me.
There's a song by Taylor Swift, right?
There is.
Is it? I don't really like Taylor Swift, but maybe
it's
I
me. Hi, I'm the problem. It's me. Yeah.
Maybe I should listen to that as I do some self-reflection. But right now, we got to deliver for KBN Nation. This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. No Brust, but luckily for you, you have Bradley Nortman, the longtime NFL punter, Wisconsin punting legend, and also Brookfield Central legend with us today. And then we also have Alex Strofe, a.k.a. DJ Strofe, holding it down. And it has been a heavy conversation talking about the news that broke yesterday that Trevor Lawrence, the quarterback of the Jacksonville Jaguars, just received, I believe, $275 million contract. It was a 5-year, $275 with like $140-some million guaranteed. Can be up to $200 million guaranteed. But the key point is this. He's going to be making $55 million per year. $55 million per year. And shout out to Rutledge and Hamilton as well, because they had a quite the poll yesterday, Brad, right? They put something out after they found out what it was, and it was with $55 million a year, will Love get more or less than that, right? And when we look at it, we've talked about, whether or not we want Love to get that, but truly, do you believe Love will get more than that?
Yeah, shout out to Rutledge and Hamilton for that question. Albeit we are the more handsome show, and we sussed that out yesterday on the show.
100%. You, Ben, myself.
Yes.
I wasn't gonna say we're hunks, but again, if we did a poll,
I heard the word hunk in 20 years.
If we polled the office for shows in ESPN
Yes.
Wisconsin, I'm pretty sure now you add a little young Strofe in there. I mean, he might be a string bean, but, there's some women who find him attractive.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's a runaway first place for us.
What the hell was that?
That was a throwaway compliment.
What?
Kyle.
No, you're
That's completely backhanded.
You're obviously
He's a string bean. There's some women possibly that might maybe a little bit find him attractive.
There are. I mean, yes, there are some women who find you
on him, that's
attractive.
what I heard.
There are women that find him attractive.
I can attest. That's true.
You
He's
haven't
right.
you haven't hit that manhood look yet, right? Like you know how
Kyle, I could grow way better beard than
it's
you.
not about that, right? But when I walk around and I dress right, when a younger woman sees me, they see, oh, look at that, he look like a zaddy. When they see Brad dress up,
zaddy.
a zaddy, yeah, somebody who can take good care of them,
Nobody
right?
has ever called you a zaddy.
That is a lie. I may have been
Women
called zaddy
have
this
called
week.
you a zaddy.
I have been called zaddy before. Come on now,
Zaddy or daddy?
zaddy.
Does your girl call you daddy?
No, she thinks that's grotesque because she has a father.
That is grotesque.
It is.
I
That is
agree.
disturbing.
But-
I
disturbing. I
hate. I
agree.
hate.
But
when women do
zaddy
that.
is something different. Yeah, but your boy's been called zaddy before. What I'm saying is this: I have zaddy energy. Brad has zaddy energy. Ben has zaddy energy. You just got, hey, I'm just a young guy out here living my best life.
Define
energy, right?
zaddy.
Zaddy is this. All right, here's
I
the
don't
thing.
know if I should be offended or not. I'm not even
Brad,
sure.
Brad, if you dressed up, to the nine, right, looking good, and you decide to go on, I don't know, Water Street. Where do the young kids go? MLK, 3rd Street. You decide to go one of these little bars out here, right? And you walked in, women in there would say, ooh, who is that? There's a little bit different swag to him. He look kind of grown. He look kind of sexy. He look like he got a little something to him. They would go up to you, twirl their hair, and see what's up, right? Because you have zaddy energy. When they see Strofe and he goes out, he's just one of them. We're zaddies.
No. I get the twirl of the hair, too.
Oh, you get to twirl the hair because they're attracted to you. They don't see zaddy. They don't see dollar signs. They don't see, oh, he seems so mature.
So
they don't see
you're
that
just
with you.
saying Brad's rich and that's why women like him.
No.
But you're saying
It's like
I'm
a
hot
sugar.
women,
Is
that's why
is
women
this the
like
new
him.
sugar daddy?
Yes, I mean, not quite. I'm just saying, but like we have that energy, right? When people see us, the young women under, I would say 24, would say, oh, wow, look at that older, mature-looking gentleman. He's handsome.
So what are they saying when they see Strofe?
Let me see if this guy can buy me a drink. He's kind of cute. That's what they would say. They didn't say, oh, he looks like a say. He's just he's kind of cute.
He's kind of cute.
That's what they say.
You think I'm ugly.
I didn't say you're ugly. You're a handsome gentleman. I said,
you think I'm ugly.
You are not, Strofe, you are not ugly. You're a handsome gentleman.
Yeah, but you're saying that out of spite.
I'm not saying you're a handsome gentleman. What do you mean?
You said I'm kind of cute, which means I'm like a 5 out of 10.
I'm saying that's
okay. Rate me out of 10, Kyle. What am I out of 10?
Oh, wow.
I mean, I don't even think I'm a 10 out of 10. So I mean, just like,
Well, yeah. Who's a 10 out of 10?
I'm at a 10 out of 10. I would say Strofe, you're a 7. You're a solid 7. On your best day, you're probably a 7.5.
Seven is very respectable.
It is. When he dresses nicely, he's definitely a 7.
How am I dressed today?
Like a little bummy. But here's the thing.
It's very DJ Friday vibes.
I'm wearing khakis. I got dress shoes on or nice shoes on.
Those aren't nice shoes.
I can't.
Those are
see
tennis
them.
shoes.
They got khaki in them though.
You're wearing khaki shorts and a hoodie, or is it khaki
Those are
pants?
all right shoes now.
Oh yeah, I guess those are pretty nice.
Strofe, I would love to see you clean up, like really clean up. Because I mean, when you get dressed up, you're still a young guy. Like you don't love wearing suits.
I'm standing up at a wedding in August.
You don't want to be a zaddy at 25, do you?
No, you don't want to be a zaddy at 25.
Yeah, so Strofe's right on pace.
That's what I'm saying. It's fine.
When
He's
do I want to
fine.
be a zaddy?
You want to be a zaddy in your 30s. I mean, you're not a zaddy. I mean, unless you're single, a zaddy in the 30s is fine. Like Brad won't be a zaddy because he's married.
That's true.
I mean, unless he goes out by himself. Some women, I mean, doesn't matter because they can say whatever they want, but he's a committed man.
That's true.
They can say, "Oh, wow, he's a zaddy over there."
Interesting. So if zaddy is ideal in your 30s, what's ideal in your 20s? Just being like a boss, like just being like a slayer.
I think I'm bad at.
I'm just making stuff up.
No, that's pretty accurate.
Is that pretty good?
Yeah,
though?
that is
Slayer. You know when I hear Slayer, I think of Halo. Does anybody else think of Halo?
No, I thought of Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Yeah,
I think of the band Slayer.
Oh wow, we think of all three different things, huh?
It's amazing. But yeah, being a Slayer, that would probably be a compliment in your 20s.
You know, I didn't think
Strofe a
today
Slayer?
I would hear Brad say Slayer 10 times.
You're gonna get me in trouble.
Yeah, stop. 800-990-3776. I don't know where in the world we are going with this.
Friday energy, baby.
A lot of
Friday energy.
A lot of people are asking, what in the world is a zaddy? I say Google it. Google zaddy. I'm telling you, I don't know what pops up when you Google it, but I guarantee you, when you Google zaddy, you'll see what a zaddy is.
My favorite part of this last segment was Kyle's internal narrative of what girls are thinking when they see a zaddy. Well, you said, like, I got to see what's up.
Yes.
Like that stream of consciousness was one of my favorite parts of this segment.
Yeah, I mean, that's what
it's impressive. I mean, it's impressive.
No, that's what happens. But here, just really quickly, we can put a bow on this and get back into Jordan Love at some point. A zaddy is a sexually attractive man, especially an older one, who is fashionable and charismatic.
Okay. That's a pretty attractive package right there.
I know. And when I went to the White House, I knew I looked like a zaddy out there. I knew it. I just knew it.
The website I'm on says it's comparable to calling a man Poppy or Daddy.
Oh, wow.
You, Poppy?
That's Miami. That's Miami talk.
That is. I guess I have technically heard that.
Exactly. I'm definitely a zaddy.
Is there a female version of zaddy?
Are you a Poppy?
No, I'm not a Poppy. I'm not Hispanic. I feel like Poppy is like Hispanic.
Okay.
Like Big Poppy.
Is there a female version of zaddy?
I don't know. A cougar? I don't.
Zombie?
I know.
That's disturbing. I feel
mommy.
wrong.
People say, "Hey, little mommy." Like I don't know. This is.
I suggest we take a break.
Yeah, I'm gonna say we're going in a different direction. I don't know. All I know is I'm a zaddy.
To be a
well-received
zaddy break.
Yeah. I promise you, KBN Nation, we will get back into talking about not Aaron Rodgers, the Green Bay Packers, Jordan Love, and contract situation. But I got to tell you about this. Absolutely love playing the Underdog Fantasy Sports app. And listen, I understand the NBA might be coming to an end, but you have so many other things that you can do. Right now, U.S. Open, you can play on that as well. But you got to download the game in order for you to win real money. And it's so easy to do. This is how you play it. You pick between 2 to 5 players from at least 2 different teams. You select higher or lower on those players' stats. And if your picks hit, you can win up to 100 times your money. Yes, 100 times your money. Don't wait. Actually play, watch the results come in, and I'm telling you, it's so much more fun watching sports while you're playing the Underdog Fantasy Sports app. So download it today by using your mobile app or go to UnderdogFantasy.com. That's UnderdogFantasy.com and use promo code KBN. That's promo code KBN, and Underdog will give you a mystery special pick to use on your first pick'em entry. Plus, they will give you a deposit offer. I'm telling y'all this right now. Get in the game today with the Underdog Fantasy Sports app. And remember, use promo code KBN. It must be 18 plus and present in the state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
Is that when I look at this, I love the fact that we do have Josh Jacobs, but let's be hesitant. We need to make sure that Josh Jacobs' best days aren't behind him and the best days are still in front of him because he has a lot of mileage on him already.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
This update is sponsored by UW Credit Union. For every stage of life, UW Credit Union is here for every you. Every Brewers regular season Friday home game at American Family Field, ticketed fans 21 and over who sit in the Miller Lite beer pen in the left field lounge bleachers will receive a free Brewers can holder courtesy of Miller Lite. Join UW Credit Union at uwcu.org. Insured by NCUA.
Ben Brust here to tell you about why your next work van should be from Mercedes-Benz Sprinter at Zimbrick European. First off, we have versatility. The Sprinter vans offer 16 body types and thousands of ways to customize that space. Number 2, we have reliability. Sprinter's most powerful diesel engines last longer and require less maintenance, spend more time on the road and less time in those bays. Number 3, we have safety. Sprinter's safety technologies include curtain airbags all around, load adaptive electronic stability program, and crosswind and attention assist. Number 4, Van Care Mobile. Our maintenance team can come to you with routine service. Who wants to go in? Let them come to you. They work with multiple trucks on one visit. Use the Mercedes Me Connect. And last but not least, get your Zimbrick Sprinter at Zimbrick European at Rimrock Road and the Beltline, or go online at ZimbrickEuropean.com because they never charge over the MSRP.
From color-changing alexandrite to shimmering zircon and everything in between at Chalmers Jewelers, you'll find high-quality, affordable, one-of-a-kind pieces. We source straight from the gem cutters, and we manufacture in-house from start to finish. As the manufacturer, we believe in truth in pricing. Never pay more for quality and stunning, beautiful jewelry. She's one of a kind, and so should her jewelry be. While others may send your jewelry dreams to someone else to make, with us, your dreams become reality with the help of our custom jewelers, with you involved the whole way. With a staff that has over 200 years of combined experience, why buy from a place that marks up jewelry made by the thousands? When you can buy direct from Chalmers for that one-of-a-kind piece that is better quality, often for less.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
And Madison.
After a crash with a semi-truck, everything can change instantly. At Gruber Law Offices, we have the knowledge and experience to make sure you're protected. And we're here to help whenever you need us. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Have you been waiting to buy your next home? Stop. Now is the time to get housed. What's up, Madison? It's Stacy from Bruner Realty. Nobody has a crystal ball to know what the future holds. The longer you wait to find your next home, the better the chance you'll be paying more for it than you would be today. Don't miss out on what could be the best opportunity to find your dream home. Contact our team at BrunerRealtyInc.com to help start your search. That's BrunerRealtyInc.com. Let's get housed.
The second annual ESPN Madison Open presented by Coors Light is right around the corner, and you can swing into the fun. Join us on Monday, August 5th at Bishop's Bay Country Club and help raise money for the Miracle League of Dane County. Join this exclusive event and you'll receive 18 holes of golf, food and drinks, ESPN Madison swag, and much more. Sign up today at ESPNMadisonOpen.com. That's ESPNMadisonOpen.com. Sign up today, donate, and make dreams come true with the Miracle League of Dane County, because every child deserves a chance to play ball.
Wisconsin enjoys a rich history in broadcasting, which we celebrated the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association Hall of Fame. We honor those who have devoted their careers to serving their local communities as legendary broadcasters. The Wisconsin Broadcasters Hall of Fame, inside the Hilton Milwaukee City Center.
Join the Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock, for Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Get the information you need as you plan for retirement. That's Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Investment advisory services offered through Retirement Income Strategies, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Shut the fuck up!
Oh, wow. Shout out to YouTube. Shout out to the stream. And shout out to those listening on the radio. This is KBN here on ESPN. I've never seen Stroh redder than this before in my life. Oh, that's great.
It's Friday energy, baby.
When being a DJ goes wrong. When being a DJ on a radio station goes wrong when it's a sports talk radio show. Oh, I love this. I love this so much. It is Friday energy, but it is KBN here on ESPN Wisconsin. I'm Kyle Walls. He is Brad Nortman. That is DJ Stroh, and we are holding it down for you today. And before we kind of got into the Zaddy talk, which for some reason really intrigues so many of you. And by the way, they claim the female Zaddy is a MILF, but I'm not going to continue to go down that route there. But I'm glad you all were interested, and make sure you use Google to the best of your abilities. But I do want to get back into the question that I actually asked you, Brad. And it's talking about that $55 million a year mark, right? That is what, for me, when I see $55 million, I think that's exactly what Jordan Love is going to get. Do you think Jordan Love is going to get more or less than $55 million a year? And think about this. Remember, we talked about the Yodeling game. You stopped at 43.5. So do you think 55 is the number? More or less?
Well, when we first did the Yodeling game, that was like end of November. So we were seeing Jordan Love start to bloom. And he didn't fully bloom until December and January, when it became more and more important. And we were seeing more and more of what he'd become. With every passing game, he got more and more expensive. And with every passing day in this offseason, he's getting more and more expensive. Even 3 months ago, I didn't envision a scenario where Jordan Love was going to get paid $55 million a year. And if the question is, do you think Jordan Love is going to get paid more or less than $55 million a year? Kyle, I think it's going to be more. If you told me and you could guarantee, like, no matter what happens to Dak and Tua, that he's going to get 56, I would take it. I would just say, do it. Just be done with it. 56, be the highest paid quarterback for a few months, say you did it, and he's going to be toppled over, and in 3 years, he's going to be the 9th highest paid quarterback and an even smaller part of the cap. So I think he's going to get paid more than $55 million a year. And again, 3 or 4 months ago, I couldn't even fathom that I would have that statement.
Here's the thing. I believe that before Trevor Lawrence signed to get $55 million a year, $275 million extension, I do not believe that Jordan Love was going to get $55 million a year. I don't think that's what it was. His number definitely went up, and I believe at this point now it's going to be $55 million because
you think it's going to be exactly 55?
I think it's going to be exact. I think Trevor Lawrence just said exactly where it's going to be, and this is why I'm upset. It's because had they signed him before Trevor Lawrence got signed, they could have got away with paying him less than $55 million a year because, as you just talked about it, this $55 million, it looks like a lot now. A couple years from now, it won't be a lot. We won't be having this same conversation. We'll be talking about $60 million. But now that Trevor Lawrence, who I think is comparable to Jordan Love, I think Trevor Lawrence, he's played more games, has more in-game experience. But from what I've seen, and again, I am a Packer fan, I feel like I'm a little biased, but on the big stage, when I see a quarterback do what Jordan Love did against the Dallas Cowboys, and then to me, I mean, yeah, did he play a perfect game against the 49ers? No, but he played a good game against the 49ers. He threw touchdown passes. He led his team against the 49ers. He did well. For him to have those two performances in his first playoff appearance, that just showed me the type of moxie and the type of confidence that he has and that he truly isn't rattled, and that's the guy that you want. And I believe him and Trevor Lawrence are looked at in the same breath of being two of the future franchise quarterbacks of the NFL. And I believe what the Jaguars did is they basically said, this is what you pay a guy that's going to be a franchise quarterback for you. Because remember, Tua didn't get paid yet, Jordan didn't get paid yet, right? And there's guys that are going to come after them next year. He just set what the standard is, and Jordan Love is going to get $55 million a year as well. I don't think he'll get more than that. I think he gets exactly around the same exact deal. Now, behind the scenes guaranteed money, that's for Russ Ball and the Packers to figure out. But I do believe Trevor Lawrence allowed for us to see that he ain't being paid less than $55 million a year.
And here's the problem with this deal specifically, and why this specific deal for Trevor Lawrence is a game changer for Jordan Love and what the Green Bay Packers are going to have to give him. I've already said, and this is how teams look at contracts, is we don't pay you necessarily for what you've done, but what we think you're going to do and what we project you're going to do. That's why Jordan Love can play one season, have moments of greatness, legitimate stretches of greatness, and the Packers can say, okay, we'll pay you top 5 quarterback money because we think you're going to continue to be a top 5 quarterback. But here's the thing. You certainly use what you've done to quantify that, right? And before, let's take out Trevor Lawrence. Let's say it was this time yesterday and Trevor Lawrence hasn't signed. Number 1 was Joe Burrow. Dude went to a Super Bowl. Number 2 was Jared Goff. Also went to a Super Bowl. Went to the NFC Championship game. After that's Justin Herbert. Now, he hasn't done a whole lot, but the franchise...
He's put up numbers.
He's put up numbers. After him is Lamar Jackson, who's been a 2-time MVP, and Jalen Hurts, who's also been to a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So you look at those guys and you say, well, hold on, maybe Jordan Love really shouldn't be in that, even though we think going forward he's going to be in that conversation. Historically speaking, he hasn't done what those guys have done. All of a sudden, game changer with Trevor Lawrence, because he has done.
Gosh, Brad, you're so right.
He has done at least what Trevor Lawrence has done on a stats and postseason type of success. So it's a game changer that Trevor Lawrence got paid what he did because Jordan Love has done at least what Trevor Lawrence has done, and actually has done more. Now, he hasn't done it over a longer stretch, but he's done more with the short period of time that he does had. That is why this is a huge deal for the Packers, and why yesterday, Trevor Lawrence being in that conversation, it takes away any conversation, any argument that you have for Jordan Love to be excluded from that.
Yeah, the Packers messed this up. As you break it down in that way, I think anybody that's listening, you have to understand the Packers, they did not have all the leverage because of the fact that they need Jordan Love. He's proved how good he is. But when you have the rationale, right, we're all human beings, and you can rationalize, hey, listen, Jordan, we want to pay you, but listen, Lamar Jackson, 2-time NFL MVP, he's getting paid this much. Jared Goff just signed this contract. He went to a Super Bowl. He led a team to the NFC Championship, led a team to a division championship for the first time in like 30 years. And then you put in Joe Burrow, led his team to a championship within his first 3 seasons of being a starting quarterback in the NFL. When you go down the list of accomplishments, right, you're able to rationalize saying we want to pay you and we believe that you can become this, but this is what those guys are making, so we're going to put you in that area. They allowed a desperate team to beat them to the punch, and I think they failed because they, of all people, this is what they have spent their life doing. Football, NFL, operations, management, understanding where the trends are going to go. The Green Bay Packers are known for that. And they sat here and they allowed a desperate team to beat them to the punch, and it's going to cost them more money.
And that's exactly how these negotiations in the NFLs go, right? As Jordan Love said, let's just say it's, again, before yesterday, let's say it's a month ago. Jordan Love says, I want to make in the mid to low 50s. The Packers would say back to him, we get that. We think you're capable of that. But Joe Burrow, Super Bowl. Jared Goff, Super Bowl. Justin Herbert, dude just puts up numbers, and he's a sensational talent.
Since day one.
Lamar Jackson, 2-time MVP, and Jalen Hurts in the Super Bowl. I think MVP runner-up. They can come back to him and say, look, we get it. We think you're on your way there, but you haven't done what they did. So we need to pump the brakes a little bit. That argument is gone for the Green Bay Packers because Jordan Love would say, Trevor Lawrence, what the heck has he done that I haven't done?
That's it.
And that's a problem.
You've lost it.
That's a problem
you
for the
lost
Packers.
because now that conversation of do you believe in me? That's a real conversation now, right?
It is.
Because the Jags, what did they do? They showed they believe in Trevor Lawrence. They believe Trevor Lawrence is going to, because you don't sign a quarterback just to be relevant. You sign a quarterback to allow you to have opportunities to win Super Bowls. And they believe that Trevor Lawrence allows to put them in a position to win Super Bowls, and so they paid them that way. And now Jordan Love should get paid the exact same way if you believe he's going to put you in a position to win Super Bowls, because that, sir, is now the going rate for quarterbacks that can put you in the conversation to be relevant.
It totally is. And, when you look at these quarterbacks, when they sign a deal, I mean, it just totally resets the market and it changes the conversation. I just wonder how much change goes on when these are done. Do Jordan Love and the Packers call one another and say, Jordan Love said, hey, our last offer to you was 56. We actually think it's 57 now. I wonder how much change is going on because I would hate for this to get dragged out to allow Tua or Dak to get in front of him or to take this into training camp.
800-990-3776. That's the ESPN Wisconsin talk and text line. Jake in Milwaukee, you have a question about Love and Trevor Lawrence?
Yes. With Trevor Lawrence being a 3-year starter and Jordan Love's only playing really the last 6 games of the year is when he really came on and did well, do you think that the Packers will pay him close to Trevor Lawrence's money, or do you think that they're going to be like, hey, it's only we have 1 year, 6 games, last 6 games of the year is when you did really well. We want to see more games out of you before we give you a big contract.
Well, the Packers are certainly saying that to him. That says, look, we know you had a great stretch, but this guy's a 3-year starter and he's proven it a little bit more, and we got to protect ourselves a little bit. The Packers are certainly saying that, but the problem is Jordan Love comes right back and says, you know what? My one season has been better than any one of Trevor Lawrence's 3 seasons. And if you go back and look at the stats, it serves that true. The best season that Trevor Lawrence ever had was when they went to the playoffs and they won 1 playoff game.
Healthy. Was he even healthy that full season? I know he wasn't healthy this year, and I feel like last season he wasn't. He had an issue too,
in
didn't
2022, he was fully healthy.
He was, okay.
But Jordan Love had more touchdowns and more picks, but they're basically the same exact quarterback rating. Actually, Jordan Love's was slightly higher. So you look at that, and Jordan Love can say, look, my last season was just as good, if not better, than anyone in Trevor Lawrence's seasons. And I'm doing that with less experience. Imagine what's going to happen when I get more and more seasons under my belt. And with neither have had a ton of talent around them. The Packers have a young team.
Trevor Lawrence had significantly better talent around him than the great.
I don't know about that.
Significantly. Now this is a conversation.
I think he had Calvin Ridley for 1 year.
Yeah,
but the Jags, I love the Jags, but they're not the model of consistency that the Packers are.
They're not the model of consistency, but when you talk about overall, Travis Etienne, really good running back.
Etienne's a good running back.
Up-and-coming running back. You have a great tight end there with Evan Ingram as well. We talked about Christian Kirk being signed, and they had Calvin Ridley last year. They had talent, man. I mean, with all the early draft picks they done had forever and ever and ever, except for when you were there.
That's true. They've cultivated a lot of draft picks.
They should have a lot of guys that are talented individuals. So definitely a football team that has talent. I believe they are more talented offensively than what the Green Bay Packers were. Now, potential ceiling, I think the Packers ceiling is through the roof. But Brian in Lake Mills, 800-990-3776. He's on the ESPN Wisconsin talking text line. What's your Packers comparison?
Okay, this is for the Office people, not your Office people, but the Office TV show people.
I love it.
When Michael Scott Paper Company was basically bankrupt and done. And they went into the conference room meeting and we were back and forth, and then the deal was done. Why can't they do that? Just get Jordan Love as an agent to sit in the conference room. Whoever wants to be Michael Scott, doesn't matter, but just get the deal done.
You know, I love that. And when I think about that scene, you know,
great pull by the way.
It was. You know who's going to be Michael Scott's paper company? Who's going to be Pam? Is going to be Ryan? Is going to be Michael? It's going to be Jordan Love and his agents. When they walk out of there after they probably see the final deal, they're going to say, "Oh my gosh, look at the money that we got! Can't believe it!" And so, yeah, that's a great analogy.
It's a great analogy, and I think Jordan Love. The problem is the Packers are historically conservative financially. They don't want, and honestly, for roster building, you want enough money to spend for the rest of your roster. And Jordan Love knows how good he is, knows the Packers need him, and they see what else everyone's getting. That creates an impasse, and who's going to be able to get more of it? I have no idea. But here's what I do know, Kyle.
What do you know, Brad?
I know that it's Friday. And here's what I did before the show. You guys didn't even knew this. I left about 20 minutes early than I did from Oconomowoc because I went down the stairs and I saw my fridge was empty. The Nortman fridge is empty. Can't have it, won't have it. That means I need to go restock carbless. I went to my local retailer. I picked up the margarita 4-pack, or excuse me, it's an 8-pack, but 4 different flavors. I picked up the classic cocktails, and I picked up an individual pack of margarita. That's because carbless, when the fridge is empty, that's like my alarm to go, oh, I got to go to the store and get some because I'm grilling out tonight. I'm kicking back. I'm relaxing. I'm enjoying the Wisconsin summer, and I'm cracking open a carbless. I mean, the new margarita pack is unbelievable. There is truly a flavor for everyone. You love fruit flavors? We got fruit for you. You got lemon, lime, pineapple. The cranberry is just so good. And the classic cocktails. I mean, it feels like someone is making a drink right in front of you with Paloma, Moscow Mule, Mojito. But let me tell you, it's summertime, margaritas, baby. The margarita pack is unbelievable. I'm going to be cracking them open tonight. They're in my trunk right now. I cannot wait to get home and try them. But look, I'm going to be honest too. I worked out this morning. I did a little upper body. I want that summer body, Kyle. I want that summer body. Carbless is guilt-free. No carbs, no sugars, 100 calories per can and less carbonation, leading to less bloat. That equals guilt-free. Made right here in Wisconsin, whatever you're doing this summer, Brewers game, outdoor patio, you're going to be doing a little bit of barbecuing and on the grill like me tonight, or on the lake, grab you a carbless. You will not be let down. Discover why Liss is more. Find them online or at retailers, like I did, near you.
It's time for Strofe to become relevant. Coming up next, keep it locked. You're listening to KBN right here on ESPN Wisconsin.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
Hey, Russell, this is Brad. Awesome. I had nothing before them. I had nothing before them.
Hey, Russell, this is Brad.
Hey, Russ, what up, Russ?
Awesome. And I'm going to read this word for word.
Yeah,
That's
all
who I am.
right, let's give him the floor. I'm going to try and fly.
Yeah, don't interrupt, dang it.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Busch Light is not only as cold and smooth as the mountain.
No one knows the importance of a great assist more than Lowe's and Leo Messi. That's why we've teamed up to give MVP's Pro Rewards members 10 times the points when Messi makes an assist during CONMEBOL Copa America USA 2024. Activate this offer starting June 20th, so when Messi assists, you score. Shop the day after an assist to earn those extra points. Not an MVP's Pro Rewards member? Join today.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. 120,000 miles of night drives, daily commutes, and who knows how many.
Are we there yet?
Through countless fixes, elbow grease, and a new radiator, you kept your ride alive. With eBay Motors, you have over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Busch Light is not only as cold and smooth as the mountain stream, it's also brewed for the farmers and ranchers. Ben Brust here. Join me in saying cheers to those who work in the backbone in the state of Wisconsin. Pick up your limited edition Busch Light corn cans today. For every case of these limited edition cans, Busch Light is donating to Farm Rescue. Pick up Busch Light corn cans today, wherever you get your delicious beer. Offer good through June 30th, 2024, up to $200,000. Eligible package sizes 15 packs, 18 packs, 24 packs, and 30 packs. Case equal 24-pack case equivalent. Enjoy responsibly. 2024 Anheuser-Busch Busch Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because our home policies help protect your dreams and come with peace of mind. Save up to 25% by bundling home, auto, and life. American Family Insurance. Get a quote, find an agent at amfam.com.
products not available in every state. Discounts may not apply to all coverages on an auto or home policy. Discounts do not apply to life insurance policies. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, American Family Life Insurance Company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
For the ultimate sports betting experience, get in the game at Potawatomi Sportsbook. Unleash your inner champion with dozens of betting kiosks, a VIP deck, high-end bar, first-class restaurant, broadcast booth, a 2,000-square-foot video wall, and more. It's a sports fan's paradise, 24/7. Bet above the rest. Only at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. Visit the website for more. Must be 21 years old. All bets must be made on site.
Metro Ford of Madison is Madison's trusted Ford dealership. Whether you're in the market for a new or new-to-you vehicle, Metro Ford of Madison has the customer service that's second to none. Metro Ford is also the home of the 2 years no-charge maintenance offer on new vehicle purchases, making it the place to go for the new Ford of your dreams. Browse their inventory, schedule a service, or see this month's offers at metrofordofmadison.com. That's metrofordofmadison.com.
The GRB Rays have established themselves as one of the top baseball programs in the Midwest and the country. GRB Academy offers training programs for players of all ages and skill levels. Learn from some of the best baseball coaches in the area and find the program that fits your training goals and your schedule. Spots are filling up fast, so visit grbacademy.com to sign up now. That's grbacademy.com. GRB Academy, baseball for the serious player.
Since 1961, Stoughton Trailers has been a family-owned and operated business with 3 generations calling Stoughton home for over 60 years. To continue their growth and support for their local community, Stoughton Trailers is building a new corporate headquarters right here in Stoughton. This new HQ is designed to promote the physical, mental, and business health of Stoughton Trailers and its employees. Stoughton Trailers, looking forward to the limitless possibilities that lie ahead. Stoughton Trailers, the best is yet to come.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, brought to you by Busch Light on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Madison YouTube channel, and Wisconsin On Demand.
Watch me dance, dance the night away. I could dance, I could dance, I could dance. Watch me.
Well, I'm glad we got this version of the song here. DJ Strofe back on track here. This is KBN on ESPN Wisconsin. And just what a fun day that has definitely been here today. And I don't want to waste any time, Strofe, because this is your time to make up for all your flaws and faults of the day and of the week. It's time to become irrelevant. Relevant.
Hey, Mr. Irrelevant. It's time to become relevant. Strofe's time to shine on KBN starts now.
Thanks, Kyle. Great setup, dude. Killer. All right, let's start here. Going on this week here in Milwaukee area. We've got some extra road enforcement going on. The Wisconsin State Patrol is conducting aerial enforcement over highways across the state today. Kyle, how do you feel about your tax dollars going to cops and helicopters trying to give you a speeding ticket?
I am not part of the defund the police type energy that goes on, but they need to defund having helicopters for the Wisconsin State Patrol to try to pull you over for $100-something ticket. Do you know how expensive it is to buy a helicopter? Do you know how expensive it is to maintain a helicopter? Do you know how expensive it is to gas up a helicopter? We're doing this all because we're trying to get people speeding. Like, what happened to the old-fashioned sit on the side and try to get people? This is crazy. This is not fair to the citizens. It's not fair for my tax dollars, and they need to get rid of that helicopter. Donate it to somewhere else. My goodness. Are y'all not infuriated by the fact our tax dollars are buying helicopters?
Yeah.
Helicopters.
Yeah, that's insane. I mean, the budget is swelling up way too big. There is no chance the police enforcement get as many tickets needed to fund even the helicopter use.
Exactly.
No chance. You're talking about a million. It's got to be, a helicopter has to be $1 million, doesn't it? Maybe not. Maybe not $1 million. Hundreds of thousands. and then like you said, insure, gas it up, all that kind of stuff.
I'm gonna look it up.
Wait, how do you?
Oh my gosh!
From
$250,000 for a lightweight model to $9 million for a top of the line model. So you're gonna spend around $2 million probably. That's it.
How are you pulling someone over in a helicopter?
You're probably tracking the license plate and mailing them a ticket.
Or
that is absurd.
Or you're in a helicopter, you catch somebody, and you say, "Hey, you got somebody on the road." Say, "Hey, license plate, They were speeding, and you send somebody on the ground to go get them.
Oh my goodness! It's too much. It's too much.
No, it's ridiculous, and I'm very, very upset. Very upset about this. This is a waste of my tax dollars. I guess I complain about my tax dollars all the time, but this is egregious. How do I not send my taxes to the state patrol for the helicopter? Everything else, serve and protected on the ground, I'm good with that. But in the air, no. Unless you're looking for like some killer or something like that, but you're looking for people just driving. My bad, I had a lead foot.
Somebody in the helicopter is going to be watching this car on the highway, and then all of a sudden they're going to see this.
Matter of fact, I might have been a passenger in the car, and this is what I do because I'm crazy. I'm a passenger in the car, and if somebody's making a left turn, if you're in the way, you know what I'm doing? I'm reaching over. Beep, beep, what are you doing? What are you doing? Get out the way.
Beep, beep.
They most definitely probably will. I hope I'm not a marked man.
What?
I hope I'm not a marked man by the state patrol now. I get pulled over by state patrol. Wait, aren't you that Kyle Wallace from KBN?
K-Wall, yeah.
I heard you talking trash about our helicopter patrol there. Here's your nice little ticket, buddy.
We're going to make sure that your tickets alone fund this helicopter. So they're saying to you.
Listen, I declare bankruptcy. That happened.
Tonight, T.Y. Hilton, the former NFL receiver, his son will make his college commitment on Instagram, one of his final schools being your alma mater, Brad, the University of Wisconsin.
Hey.
T.Y. Hilton's son's name, Eugene Hilton Jr. Two things for this.
Ooh.
If he's Eugene Hilton Jr., what does that mean?
That means he's
T.Y.'s name is Eugene?
Son? Yeah.
T.Y. Hilton's name is Eugene,
Oh
first
my
off.
gosh.
And second off, this kid's 17 years old and his name's Eugene. That's a tough name.
Yeah, you got to try to spin that somehow as being kind of baller. I'm not sure how you can though. Eugene. This is why T.Y. went as T.Y. He said, I got to do something. Even Gene. Don't think Gene is better than
Gene's
Eugene.
better than
Gene
Eugene.
is solid. I like Gene. Eugene, that's like in a cartoon. That's like the nerd.
Yeah.
And that's coming from a nerd. I'm a nerd saying that.
Wasn't Eustace the name of I don't know why that came to mind. Eustace was the name of the old man in Courage the Cowardly Dog,
Yes,
right?
it was.
Okay.
That's quite a pull.
Yeah.
Shout out to all the Eugenes out there.
Yeah, no, that definitely Eugene. That's an old country name right there. Anime, something like that. That's what Eugene is right there. Eugene is an old name from the 1920s, 30s, and 40s. It's not a name from the 2000s.
It does sound like a tough old man, or like somebody.
Henrietta. Henrietta Eugene back in South Carolina. That's what that is.
It does.
Lucille.
Although Eugene Robinson was a pretty good player.
Eugene Robinson's also almost 60 probably right now.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
This man really, I guess, I don't know why he didn't have his kid go by a different name, but
EG,
oh well.
by EG. Hey,
He
what's up,
should
EG?
go EG, yeah.
EG.
EJ? He's junior.
Oh yeah,
EJG.
EJ, yeah.
EJG?
But
I
well,
don't
if
think- I don't
Is that
think
too many
he's-
letters?
G, just EJ.
EJ. Yeah.
Eugene Jr.
Yeah.
if he commits to Wisconsin, I hope he's good. That's all that matters to me. He can.
I'll
Listen,
take
he
a
commits to
son
Wisconsin
TY.
Saturday. It's gonna be all right, Eugene. That's what I'm talking about, boy. He's a receiver. I'm assuming.
Eugene Robinson, 61 years old.
Look at that.
Man, 61.
Yeah. There's been quite a ruckus caused on social media this week through Airbnb and Vrbo for charging a cleanup fee, but also making you take out the garbage, wash the counters, throw the sheets in the laundry machine. Should they be charging a cleaning fee if you're doing all the cleaning?
Brad, I'll let you go first here. I don't
No,
need
this is
blood
a great
pressure.
call. I've actually never put that together, but now that I have awareness.
Wait a minute,
of this-
time out. You're rich. You are rich. You never put that together.
Well, no, I know that there's a cleaning fee, but I just always then I'm a rule follower. I would just follow instructions and be like, that makes sense. But wait a minute, that's a good point. I do a lot of the clean, and I'm a clean dude, and I leave this place clean.
You've made it in life. That's
and
what
you
it means.
still get charged with a cleaning fee. That's ridiculous. This is why hotels, it's really nice. Whether they just include that in the fee and you don't even ever see it or what, I definitely leave hotels dirtier than I leave like VRBOs and whatnot, and you pay that fee. That's ridiculous.
Listen, The NFL has made you a very wealthy man, and shout out to you because you earned every single penny. The fact that you can book an Airbnb, and when you see the service fee and the cleaning fee, and then you see the rules where they ask you to load the dishwasher, they ask you to go ahead and throw a wash start the washer, and then they ask you to go take all the garbage out. You be like, oh, okay, that's just the rules. I throw a fit because I'm like, well, hell, y'all owe me the damn cleaning fee. I'm the one doing all the dang cleaning. Matter of fact, I refuse.
You refuse?
Other people who are in Airbnbs with me, they have to do it because I refuse to do it.
Oh, that ain't right.
I refuse to do it. Why am I loading the dishwasher? Why am I starting a load? Hell, I don't even like doing that at home. I'm going to do it for you now? You charge me $150 for a cleaning fee. This is what I do because I'm crazy. Okay, all right, fine. You know what? You're right. Let me just calm down because my blood pressure getting high. Listen, it's what I do.
I'm crazy. A lot of things triggering you, Kyle.
If this show lasts for 10 to 15 years, I'm gonna be popping my blood pressure medicine midair while I'm on air.
Kyle, you're gonna be doing that in 6 months.
A lot of things infuriate me, and this is they take advantage of you.
Well,
and I absolutely despise
it's people like you in society that needs to push back on the inequality, the inequalities, and the I'm not trying to find the right word.
Just say fight the power. Inequalities in the what is it? The shared housing, vacation home. Who knows?
Oh yeah.
In that industry.
Yeah.
800-990.
That industry deserves some pushback. The fees are ridiculous.
Absolutely ridiculous. 800-990-3776. This is KBN, and I think we got to talk a little money coming up next. Keep it locked. You're listening to KBN right here on ESPN Wisconsin.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
The fact that I, within a month and a half, would have an opportunity to have Sierra thinking about me? Oh, my goodness. I signed up to be with y'all, but I will happily be with Sierra.
All right, take it easy. Put it in the pants. Put it in the pants.
Stop it. Not that type of happy.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute.
Varsity on Wisconsin On Demand is home to all the latest and best Badgers content on ESPN Wisconsin. Subscribe on Apple, Spotify, Wisconsin On Demand, and wherever you get your podcasts.
With your Badger Minute, I'm Hunter Vaughn. Luke Fickell continues to add to the Badgers' 2025 recruiting class as Mason Posa of New Mexico has committed to the Badgers. Posa is a 4-star linebacker according to 247 Sports and is the #1 player in the state of New Mexico and 18th linebacker in the country. The Badgers beat out Oregon, Texas A&M, Alabama, and Arizona. Posa is a part of a 2025 class for the Badgers that ranks 14th nationally with 4 4-star commits.
Order today and get 0% interest for up to 48 months at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Set your free in-home consultation at PellaWI.com.
When you're in the right place at the right time, things get done. The important things, like knowing what you need and how it all works. Talking truck. Fixing it right the first time. At Zimbrick Chevrolet, our people get it done right and now. That's how you know you're in the right place at the right time. And you'll never overpay at Zimbrick Chevrolet.
Bikers need protection, not just from other drivers, but unfortunately from insurance companies too. If you've been injured in a motorcycle crash, call Gruber Law Offices today. Bikers are often blamed for causing the accident because the insurance companies simply don't want to pay. At Gruber Law Offices, we've been fighting for injured bikers and their families for more than 30 years. Trust us to fight for what you deserve. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
I was rolling my rig on a Crescent City run with my hands on the wheel looking into the sun. With a flash, I became temporarily blind by a plate glass truck I was tailing behind. Next thing I know, I'm in the side of a ditch with a bent rear wheel and a broken off hitch. But I was hauling again in just a short while, because Truck Star Collision is on my speed dial. Do you operate a fleet, whether it's heavy-duty 18-wheelers or medium-duty delivery vans? And does vehicle downtime make you cringe? Time is money, and a fleet vehicle on the sideline hurts, because you need your fleet to be up and running 100% of the time. If one of your heavy or medium-duty fleet vehicles is out of commission, Truck Star Collision Center in Deerfield will get it back on the road quickly. Since Truck Star is a full-service facility, the complete repair is done in-house, saving you time and money. And remember, they're able to repair both heavy and medium-duty vehicles. Truck Star Collision Collision Center, minutes off I-94 in Deerfield. Call 888-400-1002 or log on to truckstarcollision.com.
In the next 30 seconds, I'm going to tell you how to save money and save the planet. It's simple. Ditch your energy bill and make the switch over to Everlight Solar. While electricity prices keep rising, Everlight Solar will give you the chance to take ownership of your power while also reducing your carbon footprint. As a local company based out of Madison, they'll be there with you every step of the way as you make the switch to solar. To learn more about how you can save money and save the planet, go to everlightsolar.com.
The second annual ESPN Madison Open presented by Coors Light is right around the corner, and you can swing into the fun. Join us on Monday, August 5th at Bishop's Bay Country Club and help raise money for the Miracle League of Dane County. Join this exclusive event and you'll receive 18 holes of golf, food and drinks, ESPN Madison swag, and much more. Sign up today at espnmadisonOpen.com. That's espnmadisonOpen.com. Sign up today, donate, and make dreams come true with the Miracle League of Dane County, because every child deserves a chance to play ball.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, brought to you by Busch Light on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Madison YouTube channel, and Wisconsin On Demand.
Oh, I love good vibration, and you always get a good vibration with American Family Insurance. Life's better with a home policy from American Family Insurance. That's because you feel protected. You're free to enjoy your dreams, from decorating a new nursery to hosting a family reunion in your backyard. So insure carefully, dream fearlessly with American Family Insurance.
American Family Insurance.
It's tough, right?
Nice job, Brad.
American Family Insurance.
Actually, Brad's actually the best. You're the best at this, actually. Okay. But make sure you get American Family Insurance. This is KBN here on ESPN Wisconsin. And Brad, you had a really good analogy with the housing market and the Green Bay Packers. You got to tell me about this.
Yeah, guys, you know me. I love using analogies. This brain thinks in very strange ways. And you know, before we send off Madison and end this first 2 hours of KBN, I wanted to share this analogy with you guys that extending a quarterback in the NFL is like buying a house, right? Prices are not going down. The more you delay, the higher you're going to have to pay for these home prices that are going up. The Packers are the people whose friends are all buying houses in the same neighborhood they're looking, and the Packers are saying, "Wait, you paid how much for that?" Oof. And they can't even believe it. The reality is, though, if you want to raise a family, you need a house. And there's not many other great alternatives, so you're going to have to buy a house eventually. It may cost you more than you ever thought you'd pay on something, and the numbers are going to be eye-popping. But if you can afford the monthly payments, you just got to do it. And realize that on the other side, you're going to be okay and your home gets more valuable. You may not be able to afford everything. You might not be able to go on the luxury vacation, but you can do without it because you bought the home, and that's what you need more than what you want. So right now, the Packers are like the couple that just keep on waiting and waiting and waiting to buy the home, thinking that prices are going to go down, but prices aren't going down. So the message is to Goody, buy the dang house already. The prices aren't going down. Everyone else in the neighborhood is buying it. And even if you're like, oh my gosh, they paid what for that? Prices aren't going down, Kyle. You got to pull the trigger at some point.
Yeah, Brad, so this hit a little bit too close to home for me because this is exactly what my life has been for the last 4 years, is as I see people buy houses and I'm like, oh my gosh, look at these fools racing to pay $60,000 over list price. That's insanity. And then all of a sudden, like you said, the prices just kept going up. I thought they were going to go down, but nope, they keep going up. And then the interest rates went up. And so with the Green Bay Packers, this is exactly what it is. The Packers sat and they waited, right? And when they sat and they waited, another person bought a house, and you're like, uh-oh, we wanted a house like that in that neighborhood, but we didn't want to pay that much. Uh-oh, Trevor Lawrence son, we wanted a house in that neighborhood, but we didn't want to pay that much. You're going to keep saying it until you actually pull the trigger and do it. What a great analogy, right?
Everyone that bought a home several years ago is happy that they did. Everyone that extended their franchise quarterback is happy that they did.
You're absolutely right. Yes.
Real quick, before we drop off in Madison, happy to report T.Y. Hilton's son, Eugene, he is committed to the Badgers.
Hey, let's go.
Four-star wide receiver, highest wide receiver recruit for the Badgers since 2017.
Let's go.
All right. I'm excited to have old Eugene. The Packers are absolutely hot right now. Badgers are hot right now. But ESPN Madison, thanks for joining us. Have a great weekend. Enjoy Rutledge and Hamilton. But those in Beaver Dam and Milwaukee, you have more KBN coming up next.
they want you to hear. Tell me it's cool, I just don't believe it. Sell out.
Woo! Hey, this is Ben Brust from